Okay. Okay. Mhm.
Medium or intense bleeding.
What? Did he just head out for now, or? That's fair. That's even fairer. That'd be a good idea. I do like that song, by the way, Andrew.
He's like a modern day Johnny Cash, honestly.
A little bit, yeah.
I think it's just like that the overall like tone of the song.
What is
But
going
like,
on that fucking Streamlabs turns off my mic every time I start it now?
but like that song makes me think of like an apocalyptic western vibe.
Alright, time for ending D. Nuts.
I really hope this pump shot is gonna be good.
I'm hoping that melee is good, or the hunter thing is good. We'll see.
Get mouse off my fucking screen.
Such an ominous sight. And yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
I don't know what to expect.
And now...
so. What I would like to see is, like, if it's the hunter one, just watch it auto swap to like one of your melees that you have.
Could I trouble ye fine gentlemen for a small cup of you?
I mean, you have to give me a little bit to kind of jerk it out, but sure.
Danke.
What are you gonna do with it?
Why
Use it to make my view bigger?
Actually, hold on.
How is my cum gonna help you with that?
No, a small cup of you.
Exactly. Small cup of cum. It's a little small cup of me.
No, view.
Oh, I heard you, and
No,
I'm like,
small cup of view.
How do you spell penulum?
Paenula.
Well then, it
wonder
seems the
if-
way is open.
I watch you on my Twitch launcher and then follow if that'll help with the analytics and whatnot. So I wonder if having
It's the
someone that like
cover.
follows you and watches your streams will help. Instead of just like getting watches or views.
What are you...
I'm not going to answer.
Develop! What's happening?
Sorry, this fate was predetermined.
Amateurs can fucking suck
Still,
it.
we spoke to truth. We really
Fuck
wanted to
their
avoid this
wives,
if
drink
possible.
their blood. Come on, Jeff.
We were hoping
Get
to put
'em.
it off for 100 years or so. Until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie! I don't believe it!
Kill them, you glorious bastards! Kill them all!
We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is
That's
madness.
weird. My aim is
Why
my
do
hip
you block
fire.
our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Vice. You are a traitor.
Yeah. I
They
don't get it. Like,
copied
why
my
would you want that?
powers.
Ah, shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned
Well,
a
I'm
small
gonna swap
portion of
my
it.
thing, the active gunslinger.
Oh, there's someone right here. It's red.
Are you alright?
Right here on me.
Popola, why are you guys doing this? Why
Yeah, I
are
see
you
that.
siding
He's in the
with
barn.
shades?
You saw what I tried doing.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I tried meleeing him.
Devila and
I was still in the
Popola
middle of
fighting
swapping my fucking
Yes,
thing,
they
so
do
it
seem to be
melee.
putting us through a great deal of.
Frick!
That was a really unfortunate time to try to swap it, I guess.
You okay? Hey, Rice?
Because I'm literally
How
like, I
odd.
open up my menu,
For long
I'm
years,
about to
my
hit it, and then
mind
you're
and tongue have been
person
my
person, I
greatest assets.
immediately hop out of the
But
bitch
now
and
the
try
latter
to
seems
You're like-
to be-
find him. So when I get up to it,
Well,
my like I have my gun
Vice?
out and I hit
Do not
fire,
look at me like
and
that.
it melees,
I
and
am
I'm like,
Grimoire
shit.
Vice. I am perfectly.
And then I just got domed or popped, and that was not
These are
fun.
some garbage
I
fucking.
think I hear a waltz.
I definitely don't want those.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all shades.
Where all that? Where all that?
I think we're locked in.
And
It's not like I was planning to leave.
good lord,
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
fucking slug shots for the Romeros, $200 fucking dollars. No, thank you. Oh, I forgot to get a health pack.
Tempted to order mad chicken.
I'm writing this from the hospital. Don't worry, the doctor said I'm going to be okay, but I should warn you that the Dyson ball cleaner has a very misleading name. What?
Damn it! It won't stop coming!
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
Oh, how I do love a good.
Vice!
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan.
That
Let's
was
go.
fucking hilarious. So Mike invited me to the FF thing, right? And it immediately puts me in voice chat, not just like joining the server. And specifically just came to laughing. I'm like, Mike?
Kaine!
Why
Hurry!
It's not open yet? Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
Just kind of giggling about.
No, you idiots. What
I
are
missed.
you doing?
I missed.
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break
Oh,
it
there's some
down.
latency.
Stop, you impatient fool.
Ooh, I'm lagging.
Are they? Love. These things are freaking me out! What's wrong?
Hold on, I got an idea.
We need to help Kaine!
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
Wait a second.
Oh, there's so many horses.
Wait a second. Your heart is.
What are you doing, throwing potato chips?
It ain't hatred, and it ain't sadness. What's going on here, Sunshine?
How should I know?
Kaine, are you alright?
Also, pretty
I'm
much.
fine.
That's pretty
Let's
much what
just
they are.
kill some shit and move on, alright?
Player
Interesting.
going into the building.
Oh, how very interesting.
There's a sledgehammer over here.
Can we even hurt this thing?
Oh, fuck! Oh no!
I can't stop now. Damn it.
Are you fighting?
No.
Stay focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Sorry, I
Come
just got
on!
rid of him.
We have to keep going!
I'm
Let's
just
go.
grabbing Nicola.
This way! Move!
Can't hear anything. He's still probably here.
Sounded like he was by the gate on the other side. It sounded like someone was fighting a zombie or something.
Up
So
here!
we're basically heading towards him, I believe.
How can we deal with this thing?
Oh, the next clue's right here. What?
Please, hurry!
Oh yeah, the clue's right there. It's red, by the way. Someone's here.
Damn it, I can't get it open!
Attack incoming!
The entrance is locked too!
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
So I can fucking just trip it on my own. Cool. Your own traps will hurt you.
Yeah, bear traps will at least.
That you running
It's
around?
still red. Yeah, that was me. From crouch now.
Oh, you pissed her off now?
Someone's still here.
Maybe you shouldn't have killed her friends. Look at her. So full of scorn and hate. She's just like you, Sunshine.
Like you're any different.
Huh?
Hate is just
There's
another
a bear
crutch
trap
for
up
you.
here. I mean,
Hey now.
You're in pain, you're lonely, no one likes you. So you try to hide it under violence and hate.
I'm not like that at
see him?
all.
There's two of them.
It's okay.
The right eye is the clue.
Look, I'm the same way. But just realizing that isn't going to help. It's
I downed
too
one of
late
them
for us now.
on the clue.
It's too
But
late
he
for
downed me.
everything. We're too far gone, you and me. That's why we...
Oh, he's beneath you. Man. Oh, fuck! Pick me up. Or heal, whichever one you feel is...
I don't have a way to
Safest.
heal. I've got a.
I can heal you. I'm gonna heal myself, then I'm gonna heal you. Come in here. How do I heal you? Oh, healing teammate. Pog. Yeah, I got the chink that was right here.
What are you doing here?
I know this sounds really racist. I shouldn't say that.
You are correct.
How healed up are you right now?
I'm like 75%.
But
So it was that guy and this guy too? These are the only two, right?
Yeah.
He had decoys. Huh.
I got a wax dynamite and a dynamite bundle. There's northeast and there's northwest.
my friend.
Oh, he had the pump action shotty. Okay.
I think northeast is a little bit closer.
I only have the pump action now, by the way, because I kind of wanted it. Look at that packet box. Can you still hear me?
A little bit.
Okay, just making sure. Andrew, are you there?
I haven't heard him speak in a bit.
Oh, 1 second.
There he is.
Okay.
Devil.
Oh,
Okay. Nah, I'm if I want it. See about getting dinner. What happened?
No, I just wanted to make sure you were there because I was getting
Yeah.
packet loss and I wasn't sure if you left or what. Oh, we know where the thing is, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Pretty much where we came from.
the butcher at least.
you and us,
Yeah.
we're the same.
Might
Tools
get
in the
lucky and be
hands
able
of
to
a
use
master.
dynamite on him. Hell, I got 2 sticks.
Did kind of shred him with that.
Please, don't do this, Popola! You and Devila were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. The cruelness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
Do you want to try to fight or do you want to wait it out?
I kind of want to go in there and throw some dynamite.
Okay, we can do that.
So I'd like to believe it's going to do a lot of damage, and some explosions shouldn't tip anybody that the boss fights over here.
You can just be outside of my life.
Oh, he's getting
Oh.
banished.
Yeah, okay. Well. It's not in this building. There is no door over here.
I'm gonna try to go on the second floor here. I wasn't being correct.
Nope. They're on the right side of the building.
I'm getting shot at. Ah, I got hit by both of them. Fuck, shit. Yeah, one's on the balcony on my side, the other one's on your side. Second, yeah. I did hit one of them, though. Let them come to you.
So it is exactly the same moment.
Watch.
I missed. How the fuck did I miss?
Just stick to the pistol for now.
Got him.
It's coming up to your left. Watch your right. Yeah, he's on the other side behind you. Like on the other side of the wall. Should be directly to your right if you go through that door. You can grab the token if you wanted to check. Just grab the token and you can look through walls.
It's not done yet. I'm gonna try to get you.
He's right there on the. Let him run, and you can res me.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, damn it. You got me just as it went off. That's unfortunate.
He was waiting for. I think he was looking at like a part of your body and then waiting for movement.
Maybe. I'm assuming he got you too, right?
Yeah, he got me.
That was really close though. That was really nice. It was unfortunate placement for me that both of them were looking on there. Because the dude that dynamited you, I know I hit him with the shotty.
Yeah.
But he must have been low. Unless he healed. See, what makes this game better than like some other shooters is the fact that you're restricted by your rate of fire.
Yeah. So it really makes like you don't miss. Because a lot of the guns will hit hard, but you gotta reload after every shot. So it's like a
This ends
make
here.
that one shot count.
Strike hard.
Yep.
Hold.
Or if it does have
Nothing
multiple
back.
rounds, just cocking the gun takes a second.
It's like half a normal reload.
How can a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadow
The
Lord?
fucking Caldwell
Don't speak in
conversion,
such a manner,
it's like a
fool.
truck.
I am nothing like you.
This thing's so fucking good.
Be careful!
I know.
You
Hey,
could have Winfield with the
Sunshine.
musket bait.
I ain't certain about this, but I think your heart is evolved. The hate is gone. The sadness
This
is
dude's
gone.
fucking
It's
stacked.
just a bunch of white light now.
He's got
What the hell's going on?
Romero hatchet, Caldwell packs of hair, decoy fuses throwing knives, frag bomb vitality shot, decoy supply, and fucking ambidextrous.
Jesus.
Wait.
It's also like $500, and I'm like,
I'm gonna try to use the
Chobri,
pump
don't-
shotty now that I have access to it.
I'm
Make
kind
sure you
of,
have some healing, by the way.
You think I'm gonna sympathize with you?
I really want to try this Nagant 1895,
I swore to
Oh.
protect my sister and my friends.
but it's I have to pay
Someone puts them in
$400 fucking
danger.
dollars for that
Then
hunter.
you stand
and
aside or
it's
be
like,
cut
no.
down. Now come on, let's finish
I
this.
don't think I have. No, I don't.
Damn.
I'm actually gonna go, so I gotta take a shower and change and
What's
go get
wrong?
food.
It's fun.
I'll be on, like,
You're
hour or
freaking
two.
me out here, Vice.
I'll be here. So. Not really many bonus there. Toodaloo.
Just do it. Strike the killing blow.
I'm gonna order food at this point. Just might as well, right?
I have something to defend. I have a reason to live. Shadowlord,
I'm gonna swallow you up, sunshine. Gonna swallow.
Kinda.
Soon.
Well, hell, sunshine. It's not like I can stop it. When gestalts go out of control, they lose their minds.
Pardon.
Both
Damn.
of our memories will be
Nice.
completely overwritten.
Kaine! Damn it! I have to do something. I won't! We made it this far because you were with us, Kaine. I'm who I am today because of you. I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to abandon someone I love. I'm going to save you. I swear it!
Well, there might...
Who said that?
I said, listen! There's a way to save Kaine's life, all right? But you're gonna have to make a difficult decision.
I'll do whatever it takes.
When the time comes, I'm going to pin Kaine down. And as soon as I do, you need to stab her in the heart.
No, I can't.
Fine. Don't believe me. Stand around with your thumb up your ass and watch her die a terrible death.
Damn it.
Very nice. You'll disappear from this world. Your sister, your friends, everyone in your life will forget you. You and any sign that you ever existed will be erased. But in exchange, Kaine will return to her mortal life.
Ah, shit. I wanted to get the pipe done first. Oh well.
Are you all right?
Yona?
It was you. The one who helped me, I mean. Wasn't it? Thank you so much.
I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah.
you're okay.
Hey,
Hey.
you
What's
watch that
wrong?
new video Little Nas has?
Huh?
I
I didn't
mean,
even know he had
you
one.
defeated the Shadow
Right.
Lord and everything,
Well,
but
you know he's gay, right?
you don't look happy.
Yeah. So you know that he's like fully embraced the
don't.
gay.
Like more so than he already has.
Have you not seen the one where it's like the Adam and Eve like rap song and like
The
the
one
Garden
when
of
he goes
Eden?
down the hill. I've
This
seen
is
that
all
one.
I
That's why I said like
had
more than he already has.
How pretty. Are you crying?
Yeah. I guess I am. It's like I just found something special. Something very special.
some, I don't know, an average of like 12 or 13. That's a gain. That's just a pure profit gain. And he didn't like the fact that I was planning on dumping like 15 or 20 of these on the market, and then like if all of them go up on the market board from all my retainers and they all pair at the same price, everybody's going to try to like do their little thing for undercutting. But with that many on the market board, people are going to be forced to stick to that price. And if you can change everybody and the market can be manipulated, not like wildly, but just bring up the value of the item. Mind you, we have a shitload of sprouts everywhere. They don't know where this mount comes from. They may not want to grind it the same way. And if they can make money and buy it and they're willing to pay the higher price, what's the problem? He just got to the point where he just was like his own frustrated voice, how we all have that one, like kind of like, you remember that day when Raven set me off and I was like, fuck it, and I just left? That's kind of where he was at. So I was just kind of like leaving a little bit of distance, making things all nice there because I don't want to ruin a friendship with anybody.
Yep.
So figured to make some space, but it's also like giving me the time to kind of just catch up on a lot of shows that I'm behind on right now, and just sit here mindlessly grind. I kind of finally broke down and used one of them. I kind of didn't want to because I wanted profits more so, but is what it is.
I mean, what kind of guy doesn't sample his own supply every now and again?
But the thing about it is, like, I've always enjoyed the mount by just looking at it from a distance. Like, it's never been a mount that I've been like, damn, I want it. And I was just like, I've got 5 of these on me. I suppose I could, and then I just clicked it, and then like after I mounted, I was like, fuck, I really would have preferred 10 million gil instead.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that mount. It is a pretty ugly mount.
It's not bad.
It's
but it's
definitely
also kind of
top
like,
tier for people that don't know about wolf mounts.
Yeah. Dude, I felt like I was over there talking to Grog, and like, mind you, I'm gonna keep like, unless he says something to you guys, don't say anything. But like, he's having some really nasty marital issues right now, and we were talking
Just
about
fair
stuff.
warning, I am streaming, so keep it not too
Okay, I'm
personal.
not gonna do any details. I was gonna say is that
For his
the
own
marital
safety.
issues. Yeah, and I was just kind of saying, hey, I can relate to this thing, and it's like, I gotta go. We were talking, she's home, speakers on. I was like, okay, well, that's why I came back over here. Otherwise, I'd just be chatting over there. And Brian, I didn't realize that. I thought the invite that I gave everybody was to just the server itself, but for some reason it dumps people straight into the channel.
You gave me an invalid invite.
Hold on. Let me see if I right click.
Like that happened, and I'm like, wait
There
a
we
minute.
go.
We're in the middle of fighting somebody.
There we go.
I think what I did is that I did
If
it
you
right.
hit-
I think I right clicked the channel instead of the server instead.
Yeah, if
That's
you
probably
hit
the
create
issue.
invite while hovering over a voice channel, it'll automatically connect you to that channel.
Gotcha. Did you see the video I posted in general with the T? He's gone mad with power.
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, that. Never mind. With the T. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw that earlier.
Dude, like at the end where he's like, I feel like the city needs tea, and then he starts to put the bag into the lake. I was like, oh boy, everybody's gonna have some fucking tea now. Dude, some commercials for other countries are amazing. And I love the fact that a lot of European countries are completely open with sexuality because they're like, they will use like almost verging on porn for like toothpaste or floss or just something stupid. You're like, what is this? And it's like, oh, just like deodorant commercial. I'm like, damn, that's a spicy commercial.
You should watch some Japanese commercials, man. It gets fucking
Bro,
weird.
dude, yeah, some of the American actors that go in there, like the what was the old dude's face from Fugitive that was chasing Harrison Ford? Fuck, what the guy? I don't remember his name. Anyway, like there's all sorts of different actors. Like Arnold's over there for energy drinks, and it's just like it's kind of funny because the acting that they have in their commercials are just kind of like, geez, like B at best, maybe C-rated acting, and this thing is just like wild over the top. And I love commercials in other countries; they're so entertaining. So entertaining.
You're entertaining.
I try to be. I really have to go pee. I've been drinking coffee all morning,
That's
and
a new starting menu.
I'm kind of too lazy to get up. Oh, dude, I bought a pair of Geta, and they're really good on posture.
Like how so? I don't know what they are.
You do or don't?
I do not. That's why I was asking.
Oh, here, let me give you a picture. They're sandals, but they're traditional Japanese sandals.
Also, Mike, that one place that sells fried
happen if I
Oreos,
do
they reduced their price. They're now 6 Oreos for $6.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it.
Jesus. Okay, that's
I have to see.
That's dangerously unhealthy, but okay.
You want
so, I mean, I would, but like realistically,
Right, I have to deafen
sometimes
myself
if
for the
something's
beginning
good
of this,
to
so I'll be
me,
back.
it's like I kind of lose some.
All I ask is you.
Goddamn book.
It's the same opening.
Showdown is or hunt. That's that one where it's PvP, PvE, PvP kind of thing, where like groups against each other hunting stuff, right?
Yes.
Far, far west.
Get away, you freaks! I'll kill
It's a
you
very
all!
and one thing that Andrew and I were just talking about that really you like about the game, comparing this to other shooters. In other shooters, obviously, rate of fire is a big thing. People will just mow you down and all this stuff. With this game, because it's a Western, they try to hold true to how rate of fire was not, like how rate of fire was not a high thing.
No, it wasn't.
So
Do you have
a
lever
lot of
actions in that game?
Yes.
How about lever action shotgun?
Yes.
Okay, and that
You have
that in
to
itself.
Kelly.
Okay, first of all, lever actions are unique in the way that they feel when you use them. Shotgun's going to be one of the, shotguns in general are already slow, so I'd imagine that one's kind of on the slower end as well too for the reload. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They
Hey,
single
you
shot
okay?
double barrels are very common in this.
I think so.
Okay.
There are a couple pump shotguns, but even then
Really?
they have very
promise.
Are
yes.
are they long barreled shotguns?
Yes.
So because they're like the original
The
pump
long
action
fucking-
hunting shotgun.
Yeah.
Are they?
Oh, okay.
And like you can tell they're the original ones too, just looking at the grip of the pump, because
Don't worry, Yona.
n-
I won't
obviously
let
we
those
have the
things
long
anywhere
pump
near you.
of the actual grip itself, and back then it used to be this little fucking nub, and you can see that on there, that
Sit
it's
tight.
a little
I'm
nub
gonna
of
go
a
see if I
fucking
can
pump.
find something to eat.
Even when it comes to revolvers, reloading your revolver, you will see your character cycle
Oh.
through it one by
Yona.
one.
Yeah.
It's rate of fire is a
Don't
big
touch that
thing
book.
because it's very slow.
Not ever.
How it used to
Got
be,
it?
where even if you were
Got it.
amazing at reloading a revolver or amazing at fanning a revolver, it's
Yeah.
still gonna take a little bit of time.
So so what the game developers did is they actually had a chance to get their hands on these weapons, shoot them, and use them so they could get the feel for them properly.
Yes.
Okay.
One other
Damn,
like
how
kind
many
of
of these
gameplay
things are
related
there?
thing is reloading.
They just keep
Yes, it's
coming.
reloading slow, like how it should be, but
I won't let you lay a
your
finger
gun's
on
not going to
Yona.
reload it, or it's not going to reload unless you make it reload, unless you start that action. So if you're firing, you're out, and you hear that clicking, it's not going to auto reload. You are there until you reload it.
So like, okay,
And-
listen. You gotta pick. You actually need to reload the gun, otherwise you ain't gonna be shooting nothing.
That happened to me with a crossbow because I shot the bolt, and then I lined up the next shot.
Instantly?
Yeah, I thought so, but it didn't. And like I'm sitting there, I lined up the next shot. Click.
So you pulled the bolt the string back, but you didn't load the bolt.
It doesn't even pull the string back. You just hear
Oh,
the
you
click
just
of the.
literally heard the click of hey,
Yeah,
nothing
of the
happened.
release. Yeah.
I
You
hope
just
you
hear the
weren't like
actual lever
staring down
release.
a monster at that moment where it's just like, what are you doing? Food.
No, luckily I wasn't. It was the let me try out this crossbow on just like some grunt mobs that are just chilling. Shoots first bolt,
Weapons can
kills
you
it.
cycle through? Like actively in a match, do you have like you should have like a primary, secondary, but do you have a third like a backup?
So the way it works is you have two primary like air quote weapon slots, and you can hold the way. Think of it as four like total slots. Depending on the size of your weapon, it'll eat up 1, 2, or 3. So let's say you have just a revolver, that'll eat up 1 slot. But if you equip dual wield, eats up 2. So you're only allowed to put the equivalent of a 2-slot weapon from there on. So like let's say you have a Winfield, so a lever action. If you have the long boy, that takes up 3 slots. But if you decide to have the short barreled version of it, that'll take 2 slots. So
Gotcha.
you
Okay, so there's a
can-
limit in spaces, so you have to be wise with it. Oh, Loey's in here.
Another thing in regards to that and weapons, you can dedicate like your secondary slot to a melee weapon, to like a big boy melee weapon. Otherwise, you can find weapons that do have like melee attachments or like hatchets on them or just blades. Likewise, you can also find like you could have a Bowie knife equipped in your like equipment section, so it doesn't do as much damage by any means, but it gets the job of a knife done. Same with like brass knuckles and all this other shit.
On the weapon topic, I'm going to change the subject briefly. Season 15, D2, Xenophage, Monte Carlo, and Divinity are getting catalysts.
I wonder what Monte Carlo's is gonna be.
I don't know. The gun's already got an intrinsic perk that on a random bullet, it can give you a full melee.
And it's already really fucking good on its own.
Yeah. Yeah. Its stability's the only thing I could think that it could need. Maybe a small, like, 10% increase to the mag or the clip, whichever one. It's a clip in the thing, if I'm not mistaken.
The mag.
Is it?
Yeah.
For the loading? I guess so. Yeah, that would be right. I don't know. And then I have no idea what they could possibly do to Divinity. I mean, the weapon in itself already interrupts champions and causes them to take critical. So maybe the amount of ammo that's in reserves, and then for Xenophage, fuck, I have no idea what they would do for that. It's more than likely probably just raw ammo that's available.
Yeah, that's what I would figure it's gonna be. It would be some kind of ammo
It's a
increase.
one
that'll be
tap
stat
as
block.
it is. So
Yeah.
like
They might
that
have
game that you
something
guys
like
are playing
Soros.
sounds interesting, but like the fact that it's like it feels like I would probably get bored with it after like a few weeks.
Why do you think that?
Just that type of gameplay seems interesting, but then it's kind of loses interest because it's like you're competing against other PvP teams for a PvE event, and it's just like, like if I really wanted something like that, maybe I'd probably do like, what's that fucking shooter game that we used to play that was started with a D? That was the on the console system. The outbreak in the city. There was a virus that was released. And you're that
Not Divinity.
Like N1Z1 sort of thing?
Division.
No.
DayZ?
Division, thank you. Yeah. Because I went and bought Division 2 for when it was like on sale for a couple bucks, and like nobody else ended up getting it, so I was just kind of sitting there unplayed.
I have Division 2. I have the fucking DLC and all of it for it too for PC. Literally because it was on that like what $5, $1 sale, something like that.
I don't remember if I got it on PC or if I got it on console. Did Andrew go to sleep?
No, he went to go take a shower and get sleep.
Oh, okay.
But the game has a very, very different speed to it compared to like Division and all that.
I mean, I've watched gameplay of it. It looks entertaining. I mean, thing is, like, I've got a lot of games I need to get caught up on. I probably might enjoy it, but I don't want to get like sucked into that when I've got like goals that I'm working on currently and one right now, and then I also have to be prepared for a Rise that'll be coming out here
Not a month.
and I think I'm probably gonna get the large one, and then I gotta clear through the categories that I have because I'm still working both on Vesperia and Vesperia together. Vesperia is probably my 5th playthrough, so I'm not super concerned about that one. Vesperia, I need to go through that one all the way fully. I want to play, but at the same time, it's like we don't also match up for a lot of us for game time, so it's like I don't know if I really want to get another like multiplayer game that I can't play with you guys when you're not on at all times.
That alone, that is perfectly fair.
And like I know it sounds ridiculous, but I know Raven gets annoyed with me. I'm like, are you working? He's like, you know the same schedules. Like, bro, your schedule changes all the time. So it's just like, I thought he was supposed to be on this week. He's not on this week. So it's like stuff that I plan to try to kind of do with everybody. It's like we can't always do it. It's just night shift and day shift are hard to match up. It's just the reality of it. It's one of the reasons I strove extremely hard to get the fuck out of night shift and have a job that pays just as much. Because, like, right now I'm a little bit over 50 grand, so I don't really need to work night shift. And it wouldn't work out for Shelby. That's just not something I can do as a parent anymore. Worst case is, like, swing, but that's still pretty bad. I won't consider something like that until she's old enough to be left alone, and I don't need to worry about that. I do want to play games with kids, though, so that is definitely a thing. Okay, alright, game. Like, I'd like no more bronzes. I want to go back to non-stop gold chests like I had yesterday. Can we agree on that? Yeah? Trying to, Tim, I might need your help with Grog, just because he's trying to set up the controller and he's like having a struggle bus, and I don't know nearly enough about the controller settings for this game, so I figured it was like, I told him it was like, he needs to talk to you, just because like, out of any of us, you're the only one that actually consistently uses the controller all the time.
I'll be on at around 7 tonight for the cactus shit.
Yeah, but I just think it's like, I don't know what's going on because of personal things with him. Like, he's like, hey, she's in the house, and he literally deaf muted himself. So there are things that are going on, realistically. I don't expect you to have to do anything this evening, just because
I found it while you were gone.
talking, he will either be on, or he absolutely will not be on. So it's going to work when it's okay for him to be on.
Take it.
But I pretty much told him, it's like, if he sees you, just to go ahead and hit you up, because you can help him with that. Otherwise, I was like, the rest of us can help with keyboard and mouse settings at any point in time for him.
You need to keep up your streak.
I'm not in a position to say anything about what's going on there. Just enough that it was like, hey, I was over here. This is kind of the topic that was on, and I was just letting him know, like, I can relate to the situation.
Jonah!
And that's where it was at.
I'm sorry.
See, I would hate to be in that position.
Well, like, the only thing I can give as advice is because, like, there are some things that we're saying, and I was like, wow. Like, wow, I have literally worn those shoes for that exact same thing.
Always been the one.
So, like,
So
I can relate, I can understand, I can console, but I'm not in a position to tell somebody what they should and should be doing in something in that kind of relationship. It's just like one of those things, like, hey, you want to talk? Let's talk. I've literally been here before, so like, you're welcome to open up because I understand.
Help us!
Same thing when Jess is also going through not. Wait, what? Southeast? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you kidding me? There's actually... Oh my god, there is one over here. The good Jess is literally going through the phase of, ooh, shiny, but it's guys.
Is she already off with a bunch of guy?
Oh, yeah, he went cold turkey and just stopped talking to her, and she's like, yup, you're fucking dead to me. I'm like... She's like, but there's this guy from Minecraft that's one of the senior lead developers, and I'm like, cool?
Oh, Yoda.
What? And I was like, are you doing, like, a solid relationship? She's like, no, nothing like that. I'm like, what? Far to the east. Okay, then it's over here. I hate this fucking chest spot, because, like, it'll tell you southeast, southeast, west, and it's like, bro, like, what you don't realize is, like, there's this one spot in the map that's kind of, like, technically out in the open area, so it's like, nope, I'm here, but I'm gonna lie, and I'm gonna say I'm all over the place.
I genuinely feel like she is one of those people that just latches on way too hard and way too quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's guy, like, when she was like, she's like, oh, don't worry, Mike, you got your chance. I was just like, internally, I went outwardly, I was like, internally, I was like, oh my god, we're only friends. Like, please don't say that.
She wants you to fuck her. That's funny.
She is.
She wants to suck your dick.
For me, is a really solid friend. She reminds me a lot of my close friend Crystal that I've known since elementary.
I'm probably going hunting.
There are times where it's like, oh,
I'll bring you back
you're attractive, and then it's like, wait a minute, that's my friend. No, because you get to a point where you know a person too well, and you're like, no, like, you know better than that. That's the way, like, my friend Samantha is. Outwardly, she's smoking hot, and she seems like a well put together person. What you don't see is when you step behind that door that she's a fucking psycho. And that any relationship she's been in, she's the one that literally ruins it. She made a dude who was like the straightest dude I've ever known flip over, and now he's gay. Like, straight up only dates dudes. I felt so bad for her. And I'm like, man, like, she was damaged from one of her previous relationships really bad. Like, the guy really did a fucking number on her. So now she just feels like she has to take that kind of, like, dish that abuse to other people, because it's the only thing that she knows how to do. So it's just like, there's times she's like, it'd be nice if you come over and then, like, you could spend the night over here with us. I was like, it's like, I'm out of town. I'm not doing this shit. Nope. No.
Morning.
Jess is definitely she's an interesting person, but she does, like, you're kind of like hitting the nail on the head. She does attach to people very quickly, and what it is that typically there are some women who will go from relationship to relationship to relationship because they don't know how to have their own personal space. They've never been alone by themselves. Speaking of which, my last argument with evil Jessica.
She fears the man that is okay with being alone.
Well, like I got in a huge argument with Jessica a little while ago, not my shitty ex one.
How's Yona doing today?
And
her cough's still pretty bad.
I was like, remember that time when you told me I'd never fucking hold a job down, I wouldn't amount to anything?
At least get a little
I was
better.
like, how many jobs have you blown through in the last couple years? Who's not working right now? Who can't afford anything is always complaining that they don't have enough money for stuff.
I was hoping you might take care of this for me.
Sounds a lot like you. And she's like, you're an asshole. I was like, oh, you don't like being called out on something that
from the northern plains.
Got it.
You stated?
I'm on my way.
Since
like,
you're
you
going
literally
to the
said I
plains,
could never do any of these things, and now here we are.
Trust me, it'll come in handy.
I'm a petty motherfucker sometimes, so.
Oh, would you mind purchasing 3? I used my lap. Here's some money.
Hopalette.
Well then,
you don't.
It's okay.
That's one of the things I got into a conversation with good Jess, and I was like, look, I'm not looking to be.
What's this?
Just
like,
the way we really appreciate.
I wouldn't mind being in a relationship, but then I think to myself, like,
I will.
I would have to give concessions for the things that I like doing in my own time, and I don't know if I want to give up any of my time right now for another person.
Oh,
Yona.
It's like, it's enough that I have my kid,
look,
and I have my game time, and I've got my, like, day till, like, the only thing I could give up
at this
point in time aside from sleep is game time, and it's like,
home. Deal?
Oh, I really want to do that.
Now, mind you, like I'm not opposed to like hooking up, but like long term, it's like, man, I don't want to have to like readjust the person to like getting used to. Because like at my age group, like people are either like completely comfortable with you playing games, or they're like, you're an adult, why are you playing games? And it's like, oh cool, what do you do for excitement? Well,
People
I go
say
to
the
a
world is
bar
dying.
and we go hang out at
Populations
clubs. It's like,
continue to fall.
really?
Okay, so you poison yourself for fun.
So you get shit
If that
faced
wasn't
and
enough,
spend
monsters
stupid
called
amounts of
shades
money
now roam the land as well,
repetitively.
threatening our very
Or
lives.
I could
But I can't
drink
let any of
for
that distract me.
$18 and buy a game for, I don't know, 20 to
sister
60
is
bucks
sick,
and get like
and my
weeks of
only
play
goal
out of
is
it.
to
That's
ensure
fucking
that the
weird.
two of us survive.
Like one of my hobbies sounds like it's a lot
It's
more
not easy for a pair of kids
affordable
to
than the
live
other
on their
one.
own. But the villagers have been kind to us, and despite everything, somehow I feel like we're gonna be okay.
Like, did I show you
We
the
have
new
to be.
husband? Go look
There's
at
no
You
other
haven't been.
choice.
You haven't sent me anything in a while. I think the last one was
Well.
probably like, let's click on you. The last one was on the 24th. So, I require homes so that I can eat the house.
Eat
I
that
need
house.
to know where it's at so I can drive there and eat the house so that nobody can have it.
Og.
You're like, you won't do it? I'm like, you don't understand. I got Frank's Red Hot Sauce. This is fucking happening.
Mike, get
You
up
get there, I
and
see you,
eat
you're
that
literally just-
house.
Eating part of the corner.
Oh my god, that's fucking adorable. And I don't use that often, but that house is fucking adorable. What?
In a good or a bad way?
In a good way. The light strings on the headboard's a little different. Who is actually... Bro, Amazon. For fucking real, man. My instructions are to bring it to my door. Like, we have a mailbox center that's like refrigerated, unrefrigerated, temperature controlled, so it's like whatever type of thing you're ordering is good for the day.
Stop by next time you're free.
And my instructions are either mailbox when I specifically request it, or to my address. And every single time, they do the opposite. I didn't want to go out there and fucking get it, but I'm glad that order's here. Anyway, I like the attic space. Like, all of that looks good. Tell them they can't take anything and it's yours now.
My
That
biggest
house
concern.
is nice. Oh my god, the kitchen's amazing too. And the bar, the breakfast bar is amazing. Is that a little mini fridge on the other side of the breakfast
Yes.
bar? Oh
Yes.
my god.
It's a mini fridge.
And the pantry is okay. I don't know if that's got to be a pantry, or is that like a little storage closet next to the left of it?
Are you talking about next? That's
To the left of the mini fridge. Laundry? Good placement.
the house-
Might be loud.
Does not have a basement. That's why it's like that.
Ah. Ovens and hold on. Sorry, I gotta steal like. I'm always the person that pulls the bunnies in Pyros. Monitoring. Everybody goes AFK, and I have, since I have my other monitor here, I can just snipe it real fast, and I get full credit all the time. So give me one moment, and I'll continue looking. I love the stain of the wood on everything in that house.
I better get this.
I agree.
Like I'm huge. Like stains are a huge thing for me. Like you can get that typical like apartment cheap fucking wood that they do, but that is a nice color all the way through the house, and the walls like they are good pairing colors. I'm almost done here. I'm at 50% on this guy. Then I can literally click on the end of the screen and keep looking through the screenshots. I'm kind of debating as well to either purchase a level skip for the Gunbreaker or the Monk. And the Monk is literally 0 right now.
Fucking Monk. Fuck leveling Monk.
Is it really that bad?
Dude, it is annoyingly annoying.
Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and get on
Because you don't even get AoE
One.
until like level 40 or 50.
Far, far west. Okay, we're gonna go into the shit. Okay, now I'm not entirely happy with like now. Mind you, this is just my opinion. Whatever you feel for the house, please go with whatever your gut is, Brian. But like looking at way the oven, as a person who likes, if the kitchen's good, I enjoy cooking in it. I'm not entirely comfortable with the way that the door is for the oven because it's right up against the wall. If for some reason a slip or mistake happens, you're going into the glass or to the oven. So it's, and then especially with the chair being right there, like it could drop, and because it's usually tempered glass, it can be an issue where there's the things shattering. Overall, it's not gonna be. It's just one of those things. Like it could be better, but it's not. It's not awful.
Figure out what you mean by tempered glass. You mean like the item that you're putting inside?
No. So most ovens have a glass see-through. So that
This one does
see-through.
not.
It should, like looking at it, look behind the. There's always a window for every oven created to look inside. That way you can just turn the light in, peek on it, and look to see if it's actually having any issues.
It's not a big window. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
So that's it's not like what I would consider a deal breaker. Overall, the kitchen looks amazing. I'm really loving the feel of the upstairs.
Oh my. That's one entire ass room. With a personal bathroom.
Oh, and they're full front load. Wow, it's full washer. Okay, like I'm super jealous because I used to have fulls and I have this little shitty half wash, so I have to double down on loads of laundry in order to get like regular loads done. Windows are nice. You got technically a tiny office space right there for like the window in the kitchen. Office. Like it's one of those little like I used to have like there's some places here in Arizona where in the kitchen there's like a little where you can scoot up a chair and put like a laptop on a counter and just work from there and still be in there. Is that a second oven range? Oh, it's a gas oven range. Wait, why? So you have a gas range on the left side of the kitchen and an oven on the right side.
Yes. Pull it up.
That's strange.
It is a little strange, but I am surprisingly okay with it.
It's not bad. I'm kind of curious looking at the one where you can see the oven and the microwave. Like, what I think is that a security system on the wall?
Which picture are you looking at?
4 of 26, right underneath the microwave, on the wall.
Maybe there's a better picture that looks at it better. I don't remember actually.
Bottom is their freezer, that's good. That gives you a lot more space, it's efficient too. Roomba. I like the blinds.
Damn. What are shades doing so close to town?
Stairs might be difficult if you've been a little heavy on drinking.
That's exactly what my mom said.
I can't just let him go.
She said
I
that
have
like
to protect the village.
she was
and
also
Jonah.
very much of this house was really like all of it. As we were walking upstairs, she's like, "This would be rough if you were absolutely drunk." I could see Jeff trying to go up these stairs and eating shit. Like that's literally what she said.
They are literally making the most of all those load-bearing beams.
Yes.
I think that's the uniqueness of the house that I'm enjoying the most, is because you can see all like the beams.
The space is being used properly. Like that's one thing that I love about.
It's full use of the space, yeah.
I can't even
I
time to get
hate
this
when
meat.
someone just cuts it off and gives it a flat top. Like, no, just
This
take it all
home
the way
gives
up.
me the vibe that my cousins Lucy and Molly have, where they're not like complete fucking hippies, but they definitely drift that way. But they have like modern hippie sense about things. Like the color all flows well together or pairs very well in this house.
Here's that. Oh, thank you. And
That
Popola, you got
bathroom, holy shit.
Really
Make sure-
nice.
Huh.
The other bathroom is it's nothing too crazy, but the
I
fact
like
that
the
it's
office
a traditional
room.
little bathroom is
Yeah. It's more the traditional, like, older style of, like, the fog glass kind of thing.
yeah.
I would, above that one, probably look at the moisture issues above that shower, because it looks like it's straight into plaster and drywall.
Specifically about that, when I went there,
Sure hope Yona gets
it looks
better.
like they repainted all of that and they installed a fan.
A vent,
A
correct?
vent, yes. Like yes, a proper vent and fan in there.
Yeah, you need that.
'Cause you
with
can't see
with
it in this
angled
picture.
ceilings like that, you have to have a way to get rid of the moisture. Like, you have to.
Yeah. Like you can't see it in this picture, but when I was there, I didn't hear it initially.
Hello there.
But then I opened the door and I was able to hear the fan going, like, and physically see the fan and vent going.
Okay, my only question is, what's the neighborhood like, and what's the price that you're willing to put on it?
The neighborhood is really nice, as in like it's basically a bunch of white folk
$3
that are
white
just-
people?
Yeah.
What is the 165? Like, Brian, like, if I, like, realistically, if I had like a
I'd put at least
$200,000 loan, I
173.
probably, I was gonna say 180. Like, that house is, if the neighborhood's good, it's worth that. Now, I know you don't want to go that high, but like, I would say like 173.
That's what I'm putting down on it. 173. Like that's exactly what I'm putting down on it.
Thanks for your.
And if push comes to shove, like, like I said, I'd probably try like maybe 180. Like, realistically, that is the price range for a home when I'm starting to look that I kind of want to be going towards. I want to be a little bit less, but 180 is kind of like the ideal middle average that I'm expecting.
There is one thing that I feel would turn a lot of people off, which makes me safe,
What
which
screen?
I'm okay about. So I'm okay with this, but I would understand if a lot of people aren't. This home is actually close to the power plant.
Not really an issue.
And I know it's not really an issue. Like visually too, they did a very good job about hiding like anything that's power plant related from the backyard.
I delivered the.
But looking
Great.
at
And
past
thanks for-
sales and
that's all for
listing
today.
price
Thanks.
specifically for this house, they bought it in 06 and they have been trying to sell it since 09, and they
So people don't want to be living close to a power plant. It's just what it is. They just don't physically want to be near one because there's a mental perception that this is going to reduce the home value. It's not. This is one of those situations where the actual value of the home is really good. It comes down to people's perception of the surrounding area. I'm like, there's really close park. It looks like there's a greenway behind it as well too.
Yeah, the entire area is really nice, and that's why I feel safe putting a 173. Mainly for that reason. Because in 09, so they bought it for 122 in 06.
Yeah.
It was listed for sale in 09 for 150.
Welcome
Didn't sell.
home.
So they
I just stayed
relisted it
here. I tried
again,
reading books,
or
but
they
so if
adjusted
you
the
have
price
any
down to
friends-
140. Didn't
Well,
sell again.
Popola-
So they decided to remove the
I guess,
listing, and now that
but
there's
people
been
say
this,
finding one will
this
make you
boom
rich
again,
beyond
they
your wildest
they're
dreams.
trying to list
If
it
I
again
ever found
for the
one,
current
I'd
price.
buy you so many cookies your stomach would hurt.
put a
Well,
limit to
typically what
anything
happens if it
Sure.
doesn't move in the market for a while,
that kind of
it's
money,
time
we
to
could buy
like
the best medicine around.
refurbish the
The
inside
kind that'll cure
to draw
anything.
better attention to it.
It's
And
not
then if that attention doesn't sit on it for a while until the market's a little bit more stable or comfortable with that purchase, and then try to list it again, there's only so much improvements before you're not like you're losing money trying to get rid of it.
Yep.
So that might literally be a breakaway now.
Okay.
If that
and
is an issue
these-
like it has in the market, there's a real chance that you might end up landing this home.
That's why I'm kind of okay with putting that price down. And
So you feel like me?
realistically,
If I want a home that's very affordable, I need to go 45 minutes southeast of the Phoenix metropolitan area, where I can get either a very large 1-story or a 2-story home. Most of the homes out there start at a minimum of 4 to 6 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and you're looking about $750 to $850 a month on the upper end. The downside is there are 2 roads into that area. There's Ironwood and then there's Hunt Highway, and they are, no matter which way you choose, you are driving for 45 minutes
well,
just to get into the city.
The one where the
Exactly.
I've lived out there for
Yes,
years.
I know.
I
One of the
absolutely
carpenters
fucking
was
enjoyed it,
seriously
but the
injured.
I'll
problem
go
with it
take a look
is
If you're up for it.
I'll be
is
fine.
that you
I'm a
the drive.
I killed a bunch of
Now,
Oh?
mind you, I haven't lived
That's
out there
a
for
bit
probably
disconcerting.
9 years.
Anyway,
I would have
you
to
sure?
assume that driving has
I'm
improved.
sorry to...
Because the whole point was to expand southeast where we have massive amounts of land for development. When I was last out there, they had just finished a movie theater. You don't put movie theaters in areas unless there's a large enough population and you feel like you can make a profit off of it all the time. So, like, I'd like to. Like, the only thing that I hated about, like, the one thing I hated the most about living out there is because I had a double-story house out there as a 5-bedroom, the AC bill was absolutely insane. It was about $400 for the 2 heaviest months of summer.
Isn't AC connected to electricity?
Correct.
So
Out
it's
there.
your electricity bill was 400.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have there's SRP, there's like 3 or 4 of them out here in Arizona for power. However, in that area it's called Johnson Ranch, and there's Johnson Ranch Utilities. And because they're the utility company of that area, they set the rates. Their rates were insane. Insane. I would have gladly paid that electric bill anytime, because I lived in HOA and I was required to water my lawn. My water bill per month was $600.
Light on me. Fuck. I wasn't paying attention to my fucking battery.
So
$600 for water.
because they jacked the price up almost 5,000%, and there was a massive lawsuit. People were like, what they would do is like if you missed a payment, that day they would come out and shut it off.
Sure hope
Like
you'll
that
get
day
to
they
that.
would literally come over and shut it off because the utility company was literally like 10 minutes from the area, so they could just come on over and shut your shit off. And the worst thing is, let's say that you're like, hold on, I'll pay that. You come down to the office and you paid them. They'll be like, yeah, it'll be at least another week before we can get a utility specialist out there to help reconnect it. I'm like, we had that happen. Oh, dude, I raised holy hell one time. Like, it was the point where they were actually going to call the sheriff out because it was making such a scene. And they finally acquiesced. I was like, go turn my shit on. Like, I've literally paid you. I'm like, the money's in your hand and you're refusing to pay. I'm like, you are like, it is 115 degrees outside. There's no AC in the house because of this one mistake because my auto pay didn't pay for some reason. And it wasn't a money issue. I was super livid because the kids were super small at that point in time. And I was like, I can't have this. I can't have this. I was like, I have my kids and my fiance out in the vehicle. We're having to be in the vehicle because we have no AC in the house. And if you're not aware of it, like, it literally takes at most probably 30 to 40 minutes to lose all the coolness in a house out here in Arizona. Like, it just bleeds because of how hot it is all the time.
I know.
Problem with it is as well too, is that the temperature never goes below 97 or 99 degrees here in Arizona because of the because we're in the valley. Asphalt and concrete's everywhere. There's no way to dissipate the heat. Let's see. Grog is on, but he's not in game. Oh, he's just on Discord. Okay, well, what's this other house? Let's take a look at that. That's really close to the neighbors, but okay. I feel like they used a filter to hide something. Brickwork around a pillar, okay. Very spacious. Old countertops and old cabinetry.
Yeah, it's a very, very old colonial home.
The half doors, I'm kind of a fan of those.
Oh, the barn door? Or
Yeah.
barn door style doors? Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. One thing that I do really like in regards to windows are the ones with the little handles that actually, like
Yeah,
have the little
the lock
mechanism.
handles. Yeah.
Yeah. This one has that.
You
that
see
front-
those kind of handles in older homes or homes that are middle of America to the East Coast. So it's pretty common for the older style homes to have those.
See, but these are. It's that older style, but they were new windows. Like
So they
were
went for
modern-
they
modern
went for
ones.
the style.
Yeah.
I would choose to paint the house different colors. That's
I completely agree.
terrible fucking color in the home.
One
Paint
thing that this
pitch
home
black.
would definitely need is the kitchen would have to get retiled and completely repainted, like in my opinion, right off the bat.
Have to take the I would agree with you. Me, if I had the budget to, I'd have all the cabinetry and countertops completely ripped out. I'd redo it all, the whole thing.
I agree. But just
That's a long-term investment too.
yeah, but the way it is, it works. It is moving ready with that. I would leave it for the time being, primarily because I don't want to shell out more money right off the bat.
No, you don't. That's something like 4 or 5 years down the road.
Yeah, but
That's like
the
a
way it is-
refinance or redoing the mortgage so that you could get the funds back out of that and put it into it again.
But the way it stands, I would definitely have to retile and repaint the walls in that kitchen because you can't really see it in these pictures, but yet that tiling, there is some
Looks
of
like
it is
linoleum,
coming out.
actually.
Yeah, linoleum or whatever it is. Basically, those
Peeling?
are slightly, yeah, they're peeling and part of it were chipped. As soon as I saw that, I'm like,
That sink looks ugly as fuck too.
Yep.
I get the
That
like
should
okay,
take
here's
care of the.
with the way the camera pictures are taken with the filter that's on it, I feel like people smoked in this home. Like I feel like you could steam wash the walls and they would actually be white instead of that kind of yellowish color.
I will partially blame it on honestly the sun in this, like the sun and the lights that are in this. Like if you replace the bulbs, it wouldn't
A
look
yellow
so bad.
bulb, yeah.
Yeah. Because in person, like if you look at the bathroom with the blue bathroom,
Yeah.
it looks almost yellowish. It's not like that at all.
So it's because they're using the really awful bulbs.
Yeah.
Like if you want people to be like actually interested in your shit, go out of
White
the way
bulbs,
and
man.
make it visible.
Yeah.
That I am those kind of light colors. That's the kind of light color that you put on the outside of the house for the night where it's a soft yellow so it's not as harsh on your eyes and you can adjust to it and still see. You don't do that in your house. That's
Like the only room that doesn't have that light on, that out of these pictures that pretty much made the house look how it did in person, is number 16. So I go to 16 and that's a better like feel of how the house
For the
like,
coloring,
looking.
yeah. Now the only
Yeah.
problem with that is that it draws the attention to the walls, which are a terrible brown tan.
Yep.
I mean, the overall floor design for the house is good. It's nice all the way around. It does have the old colonial feel. I like the slope to the backyard. It's not a crazy slope, but it's a slope. That's nostalgic to me because I grew up in Kansas, Missouri, and those areas when I was young, and that kind of sloping just kind of was like, oh yeah, I remember this from my childhood, where you could just go play and roll down the hill and shit and do stuff like that. I used to have a creek behind the house that had a monster snapping turtle in it, and I used to go play with the little hatchlings when they would get out into the creek bank.
Yep.
So like it's given those vibes. I'm feeling it.
This house is fucking big though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is.
Um,
It's bigger than your
like-
average ones for the area, I would assume.
Yes. Like walking up to this one and then looking at the two houses next to it. Like if you just look at, I think it was literally the first picture. You can kind of see the house next to it, how it's just kind of
Yeah. Oh, you weren't a high enough level for that, Fate boss, were you? You got fucking
You're back.
shit
Hey,
something. The
Popola.
boss come
Did
over and just
everything
was
go
like,
all right?
I'm fine.
killed the
Oh,
dude.
thank goodness.
Another
I
thing
was
that
so
they don't
worried.
show in these
I
pictures
felt like I sent you
is
into
the
a
fact
really
that the basement
dangerous
is partially
situation,
finished.
and if something had
Popola,
Um,
look at
Okay,
me.
so like,
I'm
if
fine.
you're trying to
I
sell
know,
something on
it's
first
just-
impressions and you're literally
Oh,
doing
here.
nothing to make that first impression
Those
be good,
carpenters
like,
left some money
how
for
are
you.
you ever
How?
expecting to
Go
sell
buy
something?
something nice.
like
Oh,
there's a
fuck,
bar
man.
in the
Speaking
basement.
What?
I think
Why
it's
don't
okay.
they show that?
About what?
I
She
don't
was
know.
asking about
You mean outside
It's like,
the
oh,
building?
we don't want to be
Exactly.
the typical Michigan
She's-
home.
She's probably been getting
We'll,
nutty
we'll
ideas
show
from
you
some
the new
book.
furnace and the
Don't
new
worry.
shit we got down there,
Thanks.
but yeah, you
But
know,
she
the
was
bar.
worried about it.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, first of all, a bar is standard for that area, that state. So when you're like, hey, we don't have one, they're gonna be like, fuck, never mind.
Like honestly, too, that bar down there, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. Like it looks like it's very well constructed, but you could very easily just kick that bar out there, and that entire area is now another bedroom.
How many people
Like,
are
it
you
has-
wanting to be with you at most?
Oh no. At most it'd be one other couple, and that's it.
I mean, I want to be with
and
you, but I can't.
Gotta have a job.
I have a job. It's just not.
You're
good
working.
stuff.
You're already getting a paycheck. Oh my! Wait,
I
no,
have
really,
the
I'm
job.
legitimately like I don't remember when you were supposed to start. So like, if you're already
16th.
working,
Yeah, I'm supposed to start the 16th, but I have the job. It's guaranteed. It's
Dude,
just that I haven't
so-
gotten first paycheck.
maybe she's still at the lot.
good. I'm glad. Speaking of jobs, since we're on that topic and price and all the money that we're talking about, I looked the other day at job listings based upon my expertise in the career field that I wanted to kind of stay in. I am on average $25,000 above your normal people in call centers.
Which
That
is
sounds about
starting around like 36K. So,
Because
Oh my god,
call
finally a
centers are
fucking
going
gold. I
down.
broke the fucking bronze streak. It's not an L30 horn, but I will absolutely take those logos because I can just flip that for 400,000, so that's fine. Yeah, dude, no, I don't mind staying in the call
better
center.
go-
I literally only want to do data entry and disputes. That's all I want. Like, that is the one thing I thoroughly enjoy being in a call center environment is working
Hey,
disputes because it is
you have any
problem
idea-
solving.
She
It is
stopped-
literally
She just. I told her.
figuring
how
out
Why is
a solution
What's wrong?
that benefits
Yesterday,
all three
then we got
parties
to talk-
involved,
You don't.
or at most two.
What's
Through the.
got it?
So it's like a win, like the best win scenario you possibly can based on the numbers, and like I enjoy that. But
Yona.
yeah,
I
like
have to
most
get
of
to
the
the
listings
eastern
out
gate.
here, when they get close to my pay range, are like team lead or higher, and it's just like, bro, I don't want any of that kind of fucking responsibility.
Just let me do the work and let me do it well.
Like, and they don't want like. The
It's like-
only positions I've ever applied for within Venmo and PayPal have always been back office and disputes. And my team leads, all of them are like, don't you want to try something different? I'm like, if I wanted something different, I would apply for something different.
Pay me more to do better. That's all you gotta do.
Oh, dude, I got into this a while ago with some of the in one of the meetings,
Mm.
and they're like, you do really well at non-soft skill. Now, my soft skills are fine. Like it's whatever. Like if you were like if you threw me in next to somebody who's new into a call center, like we're both new in that role, I'd be like, where's the information that I have? What does this tool do? Okay, give it to me. Like, and they'll be like, are you sure you don't want to practice? It's like, no, just I'll figure it out as I go. Don't worry about it. And other people will be like, it's like, okay, like that's just years of experience of me just being like, nothing new. It's a person I'm talking to. As long as I know where the tools are and where the information is, I'm good to go. Like, I don't mind that soft skill portion of it. But for me, like, I excel at back office work. When I don't have to think about what I'm going to have to say to a person and I can just work, I can crank through. It's like most people, the average that they expect us to do for email time for 1 hour is 8 emails. If I sit around and watch YouTube and do an email every so often, sure, I can do 8 to 10, just kind of dicking around. But if I really want to do work, in a 1 hour gap, I can do 24 to 30, which is the equivalent of 3 other people working in that same hour. And I've asked them, put me into this for 8 hours. I can crank out anywhere from 100 to 144 emails a day per just me. Like, well, we really kind of need you in this and this. I'm like, so you would pull somebody who's super efficient and has no bad stats in this one area into areas that they're not nearly as efficient. Like, I'm good at what I do in the other ones, but I am far more efficient in this. And it's just I'm like, literally, you guys are wasting a resource. You are literally wasting a resource. They're like, well, we're not entirely sure that you have a good enough background just to do that. I was like, okay, like, what does my career show here? Well, it looks like you've got 4.5 years of back office work, but like we need you really on this. I'm
maybe
like,
she found some.
I just sit there and blink and stare, and they're like, what? I'm like, it sucks. Like, I hate the people that I work underneath. I like the company. I really like the company. I trust the product. I don't like the people that I work with. And I literally I talked to my aunt for almost 2 hours last night about this, and was literally like, I literally am going to try to, like, after 1 more year, if I can go that far, I'm literally going to look for anything else that I possibly can in back office work. I want better pay. I know what I'm worth. I know what my skills are worth, and I'm literally just not being used to the full extent of what I'm capable of doing within the company. They acknowledge it because they pull me for internships all the time to cover for other departments when they can't physically do it. But as soon as they're like, okay, the numbers are back, they're like, let's put you back over here. It's like, just leave me here. Like, just leave me here.
Take somebody else and train them.
That's all unto itself. I am one of probably 39 people still at this site that know how to use the original software system, like essentially what the equivalent of what you would consider DOS, we call admin, and I literally know how to use that tool. They don't train people on that anymore. Not even the team leads, the new ones coming in, know how to use it. But I do. It's kind of fun when you get like a message like, hey, I'm looking for this in this system screen. Like, can you help me out with this? So I'm like, I don't actually get paid to do that. That's like, but you know how to do it. I'm like, knowing how to do it and getting paid to do it is an entirely different issue. Like, I want to be paid for what I'm worth and the knowledge that I have. If I'm not being paid, I don't do it for free. I'm sorry. Speaking of which, coding. Why? Brian.
What? What's up?
Why? What's the deal with coding? What's going on?
What do you mean?
Your lack of interest lately.
I've been getting bored.
Is it your instructors for the lack of challenging work being given?
I mean, there's challenge to it, but it's just
I'm coming, Yona.
Looking at it like down the line, it just progressively gets more and more boring in my head.
there a specific type of code that you're working with right now, or is it just like generalization of all the coding that you have?
Generalization of all of it.
Is there a specific coding type that you enjoy?
No, there are
Not
shades here too.
specific, no.
Have you
Like, I can
considered
work
about
with-
swapping over to network administrator?
I've been thinking about swapping over to various
She'll
things,
never
but at the
make
same
it out of
time,
here.
I kind of also want to start a business. I like the idea of starting something from the ground up.
Don't waste knowledge that you have.
No, I don't
If
plan
you
on wasting
have a
it.
business and you want to start a business, first and foremost, it is going to be very difficult at the beginning. Like, that is the reality. It is going to be a struggle until you get a good, solid customer base. What type of business do you want to run, and how can you adequately apply the information and knowledge that you've learned up till now in it? Like, how can you invest that knowledge into your business that you're considering?
And that's largely why it's still something I'm just thinking about now.
Are you looking at being like a kind of like a mobile repair person for computers and software, like restoration?
Currently, as a side thing, yes.
What do you want to do for primary? Like, what are you floating?
Well, again, this is why it's still an idea. It's still something that I'm largely just kind of thinking about, tossing in my head. So I don't have anything concrete for the moment. That's why I'm still going to school, still trying to finish everything.
Write everything down that you think of, and then sleep on it, and then think about it, and then figure out like short-term, long-term goals. What is achievable in the short term that can actually apply to long-term that will make the long-term successful? Considering where you're opening the business, the type of business that you're opening, the liabilities to that business, how you are going to do like taxes and all that stuff, how many employees you're looking to invest. Like, these are all things that seriously need to be looked at. Like, I don't think that you're like a person that would skip over those things, but like when it's stated out loud and you hear it, you're like, oh shit, there's actually quite a bit that goes into this. Not to even mention the stress that comes from owning a personal business.
I
also
know a lot of this largely because I have been helping my mother with hers since she started it from the ground up.
Does she audit herself, or does she pay for somebody to audit her?
She pays.
Okay, do that for yourself as well too. It's always better than letting the IRS audit you. Pay a third-party company to do it for you, and it's just better.
Yep. That's the way I've always handled taxes or anything regarding the IRS, and that's the way I will always do it, because if it comes down to it and there is something wrong, I would like to be able to have that fallback of this is kind of a third party that handled it.
Correct. Now, then it becomes their burden to fix the issue because they're the ones that stated this is correct. And now it's like, okay, well, you're now on the hook.
Yep.
And make sure that it's a legitimate company, because you don't want something that goes out of
businesses.
No. Like, you don't want something that's going to go out of business in 10 years.
No, like there's long-established audit companies that are out there. That's like the least of your concern. You want, like, obviously you want to look at reviews for like recent ethics and stuff like that, but like overall that's going to be a minor thing.
I just mean, like, don't pick just something random. Like, do the research on the company you're using.
I would literally just stick with the person that I have been, that we've been using for years.
Just be like,
That's
hey,
literally
I'm
it.
looking to start mine. I want to continue on with you. You know me. Yeah, that's what you. But my parents do the same thing. They every year for taxes, even at their age, they still go up to Flagstaff, Arizona, because there is a tax preparer that they've had since I was a kid, like little. I remember as a little kid, my parents were like, "You're going to grandma's. We're going to be gone for 2 days." They'd go up there, take a bunch of boxes of shit, and then they'd come back and be like, "Okay, we're good. Everything's fixed."
Also, fun fact, the owner of that business is trying to actively get me to, like, invest in stocks, which is not a bad idea.
It's not bad. Learn about stocks.
Yeah.
I
That's
would
what she's trying to
never
do.
ever tell you to invest in high risk, ever.
No, she's trying to get me to learn the process, learn how all of it works.
Yep.
Because we literally sat there, like, last time she was doing my taxes, and we just talked for about 45 minutes, just about stocks and what.
I'm gonna tell you something. This is gonna sound like really kind of like weird, like maybe not weird, but I had an American history teacher in high school that he would at least once a week He's like, for one of his hours, he's like, we are not going to learn anything about American history. I'm going to teach you guys how to balance your checkbooks. I'm going to teach you how to do couponing properly. I'm going to teach you how to do stocks. He's like, I will help each and every one of you. He's like, if you're interested in this, I want you to bring about $20, and we'll do penny trades or dollar trades. And to this day, that was the most valuable thing that I ever learned in high school, ever. If you can get somebody who has got their foot well established into that type of business, learn from them everything you can, especially if it's free.
Yeah, I had a back in middle school actually. I had my computer sciences teacher. She did an entire 3-month lesson on how to do accounting, checkbooks, and shit.
The thing about it is what school comes down to is they're gauging your ability to memorize. That's it. Just how good you are at memorizing. The problem with it is, because you're spread across so many different areas of knowledge, when you get out in the real world and you're not physically impacted by some of those categories, it's not flexing that muscle to work it out, and your brain just goes, I don't need this anymore. It may retain some of it, but the majority of it is going to be lost. Which I think the whole American education system in itself is a completely fucking, it's terrible. It's terrible. And I say that because my mother is a double master's degree in education, and I've watched this shit happen, and it's bad. My cousins, Lucy, Molly, Danny, Alex, they all went overseas to study, and I feel like they have a way better education than I've ever received from public.
Here's another example. My girlfriend's mother she was a psych major, got her education degree and everything as well, and is dealing with kids, and yet doesn't understand that gaslighting her daughter with depression is not a good thing.
So you're talking about a generation of people who have no fucking clue. They're like, I got mine, fuck you. Oh, well, this isn't something where they're not comfortable enough to admit that they have these issues themselves. So what they opt to do is gaslight and berate somebody, being essentially mocking them, you shouldn't have these issues because even though we have it, we don't talk about it. There's a reason your generation, my parents' generation, are the literal fucking worst people in the world. I hate the fact that my child is going to grow up into a world that's going to be completely fucked. And I know, we'll talk about the climate crisis, because it is. It's not a climate issue, it's a climate crisis. Look around the world, Germany, India, all these places around the world that don't normally experience massive changes in weather, such as flooding and shit. Suddenly it's there. Things could be better, if the education's where it's at, it can teach people to be more, cognizant, and it can teach, and then also, and then getting back to your girlfriends, the issue with that is also, that's a person who won't admit that there's an issue there, and instead they beat on the person, hoping that if they make them feel bad enough that they'll just shut the fuck up about the situation. She needs to be away from those people.
Trust me, I completely agree. And
Now
that's
the
why I'm
downside
trying
for that for you, if you try too hard, she's gonna feel like you're trying to ruin that relationship. There's it's that what is the Stockholm syndrome?
Oh, dude, my girlfriend?
Does she want, does she still have some kind of attachment to the family, or is she absolutely not?
She wants nothing to do with them. She is actively trying to get out of it. She is saving her money, getting her financial set up properly, in order to leave, while still accomplishing what she wants to accomplish in regards to schooling. Her mother, however, thinks that I love her and love my girlfriend's mother. She thinks that I think that she's a saint, that I love her so much and all this stuff.
The mom's opinion of herself from looking at you is that you, towards the mother, think that she's the best thing in the fucking world?
Correct.
What arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
What fucking arrogance.
And my girlfriend told me that, and
I literally didn't even respond to her. All I did was just fucking laugh out loud and just, you know, when I do the whole okay, I did literally that. And then my girlfriend starts laughing because she knows I don't like her mom. She knows I'm actively trying to fucking pull her out of that shit. That's why I'm trying to help her with her, again, her financials and getting school set up properly and all that shit. Making sure that she
ever do. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and I was gonna add the whole and like making sure that her car payments and just everything is good. I'm trying to help her with that.
I hope that you come to a situation in front of her mom where she's like, yeah, you like we get along really. Like the best thing to do for a person like that is not say anything, don't laugh, just turn and stare at them with a look of like disgust, but also like, where did you get that impression? Like that side look, the side eye of just like, who are you and why do you think this is a thing? Because then they're like, wait, you don't? And I'm like, I thought that my body language just spoke for me.
She's already gotten. Give me 1 second. My food's here. I'll be right back.
Why do people do that? Like they always.
It's because they think they're hot shit.
No. I'm looking at like two people, like a dog pile of people that are like women in this game that are just like staring into each other's eyes, hiding in the grass, and it's like, that's so fucking weird. But to your point, yes, Tim. Like, yeah, I could just like that. I know I needed to sit to use the restroom like 40 minutes ago. I really, actually. I must have missed something. Where are all you people fucking coming from? Because like, was there a fate? Some prep? Did I miss something? And then we have the fucking paladin who's like, hey, you want to see my UCOB and my fucking Alexander weapons and shields? Like, let me flex two things at once. It's like, come on, dude. That is a very well-reserved but nice-looking outfit. Fucking do. Normally I get goddamn fucking gold chests, but I'm not today.
Yoda! What is it with these things?
You know who Zepla is, right?
What is?
Zepla for the
sounds
streamer.
familiar.
The female streamer for one of them. Anyway, she's the one that's always talking about with the bunny ears that are on when she's on stream. Anyway, she made like this great reference. She's like, "Oh, I had my hair done recently." She's like, "But I can't immediately change this." She's like, "It would cause too much damage." She's like, "Essentially, what's happened is my hair only has so many hit points, and if I do any more, then it's gonna die." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Back!
I think it's true. It's literally true. Meanwhile, over here, mine's already fucking flatlined. There's no more lives left for it. It's gone. Yeah, what's up?
But Mike, her mom already, like, it's very apparent to her mom now that I understand her daughter better than she does. Cause my girlfriend on occasion, because she has more than just depression as an issue. So on occasion she'll have like just some physical stims, and that also leads to just the way she speaks. It's nothing like bad. What?
Was she beaten?
No, all of her trauma is completely psychological.
Please stop pounding me.
Then move!
As you were saying.
Yoda!
But on occasion, her speech will just, it doesn't like deteriorate, but she'll speak really fast to a point that some of her words just turn into one.
And yet you approach me as a common
ADHD. I got that, I understand.
Say something!
Yeah, and I can understand it. Like, when she's starting to talk like that, I can still completely
This is why
understand
I
her.
loathe
You're invested in her,
dealing
so you
with
made the
people.
effort to learn that. Okay.
Now see
Yeah,
here.
and there was a time when I went to go pick her up, and obviously she was really
There.
excited because
So how
I
do we
forgot what
save
we were going
Yoda?
to go do that day. But it was just something that really excited me.
Once I destroy these
And
shades, the magic barrier
She's
preventing your
talking
passage
fast and
should simply
everything all over again.
disappear.
And her mom's just looking at
You
her
can
like,
really do that?
like just as if she's crazy, not understanding what her daughter is saying.
Grimoire
And
Vice.
she's like,
My
Madison,
very
calm down,
name
stop
brings
talking like that.
kingdoms to
And
their
I just kind of look
knees.
at her and look back
Then
at
do it
Madison and
already,
repeat back
Vice.
to her exactly what she just said.
You
Like,
will
That's
what
where
my
you look at
girlfriend
the
did.
person like, I heard everything just
proper
fine.
name.
Like, is there something wrong with
Just
you?
keep coming.
Yeah, like
You should
she
have
said that, and I
turned
just
your blades
looked
on
back at her
me,
mom and I told her
foul creatures.
again exactly
With
what
a
Madison just said.
single
Like, how did you not
I,
understand that?
Grimoire Vice,
And her mom just kind of looks at me
Like
wide-eyed, and then just
self-reported.
turns around and walks away. Yeah, and then her mom goes wide-eyed and just kind of walks away. And it's like, yeah. How do you not understand your own daughter? Like, what do you mean?
Oh dear.
It seems that the frantic bludgeoning you gave me earlier has caused my memory.
And after
to
that, anytime it
escape
comes to like, just the
Are
way
you for
Madison
real?
is reacting physically or with her speech,
You are not
I
nearly
literally
as
just kind of
humble
look
as
at
you
her
claim
mom
to
and
be.
either correct her or tell her exactly what's going on. And she'll just look at me weird, like, how do you know that?
Make an effort to converse with your girlfriend, but like when you're trying to explain it to mom, be as exasperated as you possibly can of like, this is so fucking tedious that I have to tell you what's being said. Like just be like to that
Did
point where
you
it's
just
like,
suck the blood out of
Almost
those
act
things?
annoyed.
yeah. Get to that point where it's just like, this is, I hate the fact that I have to tell you. Why aren't you smart enough to actually understand it? Like,
Okay.
make them feel filthy guilty for not understanding.
That's
You
low-key
alright,
the
Vice?
goal.
Hang in there.
Dude, like, like, if it
seem I
means
can
gaslighting
regain
that
my
motherfucker, then
powers
do
by
it.
defeating these
Like, if you can get a
monsters.
person to feel, like, less than fucking dirt, go
Is
for it.
this
And, Mike, now, I'm not saying that you should
magic?
treat everybody like that, but some people
Magic
literally just deserve
indeed.
that. And the fact that, like,
This is the
her
true
response was,
power
calm
of
down, you need to, like,
Grimoire
talk
Vice.
normal. It's like,
Hold on, Yoda.
or, I don't know,
I'm coming.
invest yourself into your child and do the same thing. Because my dad used to
Is-
tell me all the time, he's like,
is
you
that all
mumble,
of them?
you mumble, you mumble. I'm like, no, you're fucking deaf. You can't hear.
Speaking of specifically that, that just happened with my mother today. Fun fact. Because the way that we talk, I will admit, on occasion, I do mumble, but for the most part, I don't. And her, myself, and my sister went to just the other day to, like,
It seems
lunch
our
all
task
together.
is going to be more difficult than
and
I
she
first
asks for
envisioned.
a container just to take her soup, the rest of it. And she
Look
tells me to
how
go
these
get it, or like
foolish
ask the person for
creatures
it.
charge
So I asked the
heedlessly into
person for it.
battle.
She heard me.
Still,
She
dealing
proceeds
with
to ask
both of
me,
them at
like, what
once
size
may
container.
prove to be a daunting task.
And apparently that whole time, my mom thought I was mumbling, and she decides to just get loud
Did you
and
both
tell
look
the
at your
person-
mom like,
Moving
what?
statues?
Yeah, we both
Really?
looked at my
This
my
is
sister and I
all
looked at her,
too
and
real,
we're like,
lad.
you
Keep your
didn't have
sword
to do that.
high.
Like, she heard me.
Stay calm. The man who
She
keeps
literally
his
asked me a
head in a
question, I was
fight
about
is
to
the
answer,
one
and
who
then you chimed
emerges
in out of nowhere.
victorious.
And then just decided to tell me not to
Face
mumble, like, she
barrier.
heard me.
That sounds bad.
Enemies with
I
such
have
barriers
always-
are impervious to both weapons and
Because I
magic.
have ADHD.
Like I said,
And it does
bad.
flare, and I guarantee
That
you
said,
guys
the
know
enemy
when I'm
cannot
having
move
like
so
my
long as
bouts.
the
But I will
barrier
just
is
do
in place.
real quick.
Focus your attacks on the other.
I've always lived around people who are like, you mumble. I'm like, I'm not mumbling. I'm just
Watch their
talking in a
blades at all
slower
costs.
pace,
I'm
quieter,
on it.
so that I can get out what I'm trying to say, instead of sounding like I'm putting an entire book into one sentence in a blink of an eye. Like, it's, my dad has, mind you, about 3 or 4 years ago, he's like,
Now,
I'm almost
put it out of
completely
its
deaf in this ear. I'm
misery.
like, I literally told him, I was like, I hate you. And he's like, what? I was like, all those years that you bitched and complained that I was mumbling, and you're telling me you're nearly fucking deaf in one of your ears now at 70 years? What? He's like, well, I couldn't hear you. I'm like, so you laid into me, making it sound like I was fucking mumbling when I wasn't. Like, I hate you for that, Dad. Fucking parents are the fucking worst. Especially that my parents'
Learn the
generation.
pattern of its shots, then
It's always
finish it off.
me.
I've
What can
got
I get
my
out of
hands
it?
full
Fuck
just
it.
dodging.
Fuck the world. I got everything that I need. they've been begging me to come over and spend time with them. I'm like, why would I do that? I'm like, what's in it? I've literally told them both. I was like, what's in it for me? They're like, what do you mean, what's in it? I'm like, do you not know your philosophy that you raised me under? How is it profitable to me? What am I getting out of this? It's like, we didn't raise you that way. I was like, no, that's just your lifestyle that you live, therefore I understand you. So like, my dad, we got into it a while ago, and I was like, I told him, like, don't ask me for help for anything unless you're gonna pay me money up front. And I was like, if you're gonna say that it's 2 to 4 hours at $600 in my hands because that's what I'm worth for my day. He's like, well, I don't want to have to pay you money to come do it. I'm like, then pay somebody else to come and do it. I hate the arrogance of people of that generation. It's fine. We did. And it's not just the parents. It's like just adults of that generation, or a vast majority of them are that way.
A very small example of like how people try to have food.
They are not but a horde of faceless
a very
minions.
a small
Swat them
example of
aside.
the difference between the generational like gap of them and let's say people roughly my age or even your age. Is just when someone
Focus
says
on the
thank you,
small ones
and
first.
the response that's given after that. Pretty much from you to us, or you like younger to like even little kids now. If someone tells you thank you, 80 to 90% of the time the response is no problem.
One to go.
That's
Keep your
the
guard
normal
up.
response. That's
Exactly.
just the generational response. The
And-
older
and-
generations will look at that and be like, what do you mean no problem? Like there's a problem, and it's like, chill the fuck out.
That statue
You
does
don't
not
understand
look
us.
happy.
And to
Anger
them,
is but a form of
they'll
negative
typically
energy.
respond with,
Nothing
"You're
to
welcome,"
fear.
as if they were doing someone a favor. It's like, no, the reason we say no problem is because it wasn't a problem.
This one excels.
It's
at
our
close
way of saying
combat.
things.
Keep your distance.
That means that we have
Time to
no
strike
issue.
from
We're
afar, then.
completely fine with helping out, and we're not expecting any kind of response back. No problem.
Versus you're welcome, which they typically are like tied to. We just did you a favor. You should really be thanking us a lot.
Like on my calls in the day, I'll tell people like it's a pleasure to meet you, and I get some people that are like, "Excuse me, you haven't met me. This is not a pleasure." And it's like,
Okay.
okay.
Calm down there.
So I guess how can I help? They're like, oh, you're not gonna say hi or anything? I was like, well, you kind of just told me I shouldn't do that, so how can I help today? Those people are fucking, I don't, like, there are some people that are just so me. How dare you? And it's like, I used to say no, I used to
I'm the
say,
one who's
no ma'am, yes ma'am, or,
the shrine's about to collapse.
No,
I
sir,
could
yes, sir.
occasionally throw a no. I use the yes sir, no sir, no ma'am, yes ma'am, and the was sometimes I would be able to slide with the person dear occasionally if the timing was right for it. And some of my coworkers will ask me like, how do you do that? It's like, well, comes from growing up in an area and knowing when and how. Like you just know when you can do it. Unfortunately, though, I get pushed in front of a lot of people that are just extra salty motherfuckers who are like, it's just saying it's a pleasure to meet you
I really did.
in itself. It's just a conversation starter, but some people take it so fucking literally that they're like, excuse me, we haven't met and we're not friends. I'm like, cool, because I never would want to be your friend.
And get rid of this disease.
I shit you not. If I didn't reserve myself, I would have never. I would lose my job every single day at that company.
Don't worry about
every day.
People would be fucking appalled if we were allowed to say what we wanted to in retail.
What's going on?
Just in general, the service industry.
Oh, there would be an army of people that would literally rain hate on customers.
It's like, it's a pleasure to meet you. We haven't met yet, it's not a pleasure. Well, go fuck yourself then. Go find someone else to help you.
Dude, if I was a manager at a store of a retail store and somebody said that to me, I'd be like,
When
okay,
did this
we're
happen?
refusing to do business. You can leave the store right now. And if you don't
weird
leave, you're
coughing
considered
started
trespassing,
about
and
a
I'm going to be
month or so
calling the
ago.
cops.
The disease curses the afflicted with strange runic symbols that gradually spread over the entire
we have
body.
actually backed ourselves
And
as
I
a
fear it is fatal.
people
Yeah.
into coddling and
Oh, yeah.
making safe
Come,
spaces all over the
it's
place,
best
and
to let us
that
sleep.
that is a bad thing. Like,
Come.
I'm all okay with people having their
Come.
own kind of thing, but like when it's forced upon society to make a change like that, like long term, it's going to be horribly detrimental.
Mm-hmm.
Because
What might that
the fact that
Mom's
people get offended
I've
by
not heard you
words, I mean,
speak.
I
She
grew
got
up,
the
I would
black
flip a
scroll.
motherfucker off to his
My
face and be like,
apologies.
fuck
It's
you, and they'd
alright.
just be like, fuck
This
you, and
is the
we'd
only
go our
reading
own
that
ways,
helps
and it
remind
would
me
be
of
all
I
settled.
see.
But the
Now,
final entry.
it's like,
In what way?
oh,
Well, here,
my
take a look.
butthole hurts because you said a mean word. It's like, okay, well, here's your tampon, and here's some Midol. Go fucking cry yourself to sleep in your
Say
bed,
there,
please.
can you not hear me?
I feel like I hate the fact, like, I've gotten, like, callous towards people being like,
Why are you
should
standing
feel
about
bad
like
for
a
me, and you should
slack-jawed
cater to
ninny?
me. I'm like,
Sorry.
as a stockholder in
Felt
my
like
own
I was
company, fuck you. I don't want to do anything to
dreaming
help
or
you out. In
something.
fact, pay me money. I had a person the other day was like, "You're gonna be reimbursing us for an ATM fee." I'm like, "Fuck, I am." I was like, I don't give two shits if it's $2.50 for an ATM fee. It clearly states that we don't charge fees. It's not our issue, and we go out of the way on the application and our website to tell you how to be able to pull money
Slipping on
out
one's
from a
feet is
machine
quite the
completely free
talent
from our
indeed.
partners. Like, we
Come now,
literally give you
there's the
every
door.
opportunity to
Right.
avoid a fee. And
Let's go.
if you go to one that has a fee and then you throw a shit fit about it, that's all on you. That's your fucking fault.
Yep.
Dude, this lady, she's like, I know, like, literally was like, I know more than you. And I literally was like, I was like on the call, I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was talking to
My
somebody who
word.
knew more about ATM networks on the back end than I did. I apologize. I'm like, but the bottom line is, our company policy is that we don't reimburse anybody for ATM fees. And then it devolved, and I was like, oh, fuck, okay, well, the call was kind of going the way the other one was that I just recently had a review, and I was like, fuck, and I got Rosanna on the phone, and she reviewed it, and I was like, hey, like, what's the situation? And she didn't respond. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is going to be bad again. And after she
Something
finally
wrong?
finished up with the
feel as if
customer, she
I
spent
know what you
45
mean.
minutes on it after my 15 with this person. She's like, I explained how it worked.
This is so
The customer
unfair.
acknowledges how
Luna
it works,
hasn't done-
but
I
as a
do
courtesy
terrible
one
things.
time, we
I
went ahead
would
and
gladly
issued her
help the
$10.
lad.
I'm like, the fee was $2.50. Why'd you fucking give her $10? Why'd you give her any money? And like, afterwards, like, we're supposed to put a tag on the account that says that there's, like, essentially it prevents additional credits from being ever applied. Because those
She's
are
just a
literally
little
one-off
kid.
events. Like, you're, like, we
She
don't
doesn't
want to do
deserve
that.
this.
Because we give them every chance to not be impacted by that. Like, all over the place. And I slacked her and I was like, why did you give her credit? She's like, well, it seemed like the simplest solution to do. It was like, is educating a person not enough? I'm like, somebody already caved yesterday for $2.50. So like, the expectation now is she got a free ATM fee reimbursed the day before. Now she's calling back in and saying she wants it again. You've just given her $10. Now that person has the expectation that anytime she calls and screams, she gets free money. And on top of that, an escalating growing amount. From $2 to $10, what's next? 25, 30, 40, 50 bucks? 100? Give her full access to fucking Venmo's billions that are sitting in our holding account? Like, what do you want to do? She's like, well, I figured that was the best thing to do. I was like, realistically, is telling a person no. I'm like, you are in a position to literally tell them no, that this is our policy. You back me up in the policy, but then you literally threw us by giving money anyway.
Yes, well, the Song of the Ancients.
I hate that
Let's
shit.
see.
I hate that shit so much.
When
It's
the
like I'll
great
listen to the
black
calls and
book,
they're like, oh yeah,
Grimoire Noir,
the agent
brings
was,
calamity upon the world.
they were correct. They gave you accurate policy information.
The White Book,
But,
Grimoire
when
Vice,
you hear the but,
will appear with
it means
his
that
sealed
everything I
verses.
just said and everything about that person
He
doesn't
will
matter
then
because
use
I'm
them
going to do this anyway.
vanquish Grimoire Noir and purge the
And then
calamity
we have
he
the
wrought.
earnings calls and
Or
they're like,
so the
well, it
legend
shows this
goes.
much money's been given out
What's
to
a
customers
sealed
free. And
verse?
it's like, yep,
No
you just
such
added to the
records
bottom
remain,
line being
so I
shortened.
can't say for sure. But they seem to resemble some
I
form
fucking
of
hate
magic.
retail. I really wish that retail wasn't like a thing, but at the same time, it needs to be. Because I know that every retail worker, every restaurant
so the
waitress
song
or
says
employee
Grimoire Vice
literally gets
purchased
shit
the-
on by
and
the
he does
populace
so
because they
using-
feel like it's their right
And
to
you
be able to
believe
wipe
the matter
feces
I
all over
infused in
people.
the shrine is
Exactly, Vice. With your power, we can cure Yona.
Guys, don't get too excited. This is just some old legend.
Hey, Vice was just some old legend yesterday, but here he is. And if he's real, the rest
Mad
of it
chicken.
must be too. He can cure the Black Scrawl. I know he
Well,
can.
Do we know
it's
anything
been an
regarding
honor
the
knowing you.
whereabouts
I
of
didn't
this
know that you were going to get mad chicken
Grimoire
disease.
Noir?
Sorry, but there's
gonna
nothing
die
about
now.
that in any of the records.
I'm
All I
gonna
can
shoot
say
You're gonna
for
turn
sure
into
is
a
that
chicken.
there are a number of
And then we're gonna have to
seals.
eat you, and then we're gonna turn into chicken
Also, it
soup.
appears the shades
no
you
one said
fight
you
in
had to
these
eat me.
verses are intrinsically linked.
Those little
Then
tiny
we'll go kill
drumsticks.
every shade we
Oh
can
my
find.
god, chicken.
No, that's far too dangerous.
What an absurdly reckless plan.
I
So
heard
I should
somebody
just sit
try to
around
make the
and do
argument
nothing
that
while Yona suffers?
chicken wings are
I
okay
don't
because
think
they don't
so.
need them. It's
But-
like, I mean, you're
Well,
not wrong.
it's clear I won't be able to talk you out. I've heard the Shades are gathering near a village called the Eyrie. It's past the bridge on the northern plains. They should be done with the repairs by now. I marked it on your map for. Maybe you could find
Does
one.
that mean eating penguin wings are okay too?
Once you arrive, he
I
lives in
don't
the
honestly
house
think
up
there's
on.
enough, like muscle tissue on them to eat. I would
And
be
be careful.
I wouldn't be opposed to trying. Like, and I know it's like just one of those weird things. Like, you know how people can eat like ostrich eggs or emu eggs and stuff like that. Like, the fact that it's a bird egg in itself isn't like bad, but something is horribly off-putting for me of the idea of eating an egg that's literally
I must
in
say,
that
Song
volume
of
of
the
egg.
Ancients is a rather catchy
Well, I mean, at that
number.
point, it's just like,
I
well,
can see
it's
why
like
the bards kept it
5
alive
eggs,
through the
right?
eons.
Equivalent.
Fuck no, dude.
No, I mean like a
Dude, like an
smaller
ostrich or
Real
emu
toe
is like
tapper.
we're
Wait,
talking
wait,
like
do you even have
30 or
toes?
40 eggs in a single shell.
That bitch is huge.
They're
Sure.
My children want to
huge,
eat
dude.
them.
And like something, like that's
Sounds-
something you would
How
cook and then
dare you
serve to
make me-
multiple people.
Here's
But
your
if you as a
mouth.
person decided to like, I don't know, like hard boil a
Here's-
fucking
Oh.
ostrich egg and go at it, and be like, dude, no, no, no,
Please.
no, 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 no.
Oh,
Sure.
I need
The concept
3
of eating
tulip
eggs doesn't
bulbs.
bother me. It's just like I can't
you
like
often
the
get asked to
the
handle such
literal
unique-
volume
Yeah.
of the inside of that
Yeah,
being
I'm in a bit of
consumed
a
by a
lately
single
their
person.
eggs.
It's
I
just
guess I need you.
These.
Yeah.
I don't think these trip. What?
There's a lot
poor
of
little
victims.
paladin
you
over
want-
here.
Yes.
He's like, I got this mob, guys. I'm like,
Sounds-
no, you don't.
And a word of it. Let's just...
Yona and I survive on the wages I earn from these jobs. Everyone has it tough around
There you go.
here,
Have
but
fun.
they still manage to give me work.
Over here hitting for
You're looking for
30k, and I just
chicken egg?
one shot it for
I
doing
see.
like 400,000.
Well then, keep up the good work.
I will.
There are a lot of new players out here in Eureka.
If it's
I need 3 medicine.
There are
No problem.
sprouts everywhere.
Zed.
You taking it easy. That's 3 medicinal herbs.
is there really nothing that can cure the Black Scrawl?
No medicine in the works of man can hope to stand against it.
There has to be something out there.
Perhaps a drug exists to temporarily ease the pain, but none can truly eradicate the disease. But if the legend is true, then I hold the key to saving your sister.
You're right. We're gonna save Yona and cure the Black Scrawl.
That's the spirit, lad.
We've got...
Somebody's got a fucking rabbit hostage out here. Brian, did you ever watch Dexter?
As in
Which
the.
Dexter?
The serial killer
in this
show.
village
Okay.
like to lay their eggs.
I saw a little bit of it, but I never got fully into it.
So apparently, Showtime is booting it back up with the same actor, and they're continuing the story after he is run and hid from the federal authorities. So,
Jesus.
oh dude, the show's good. The show's really, really good. Like probably could have stopped around like season 3. I think it went into 5.
Hey, can I ask a favor? I ordered some.
I watched it all the way
weapons
through one single time, and I was kind of like, when it ended, I was like, okay, cool. It's like left open. We're unknown. We never get to know. And then in the last like this month, they were like, hey, guess what? We're continuing the show Dexter, and it's like, holy shit, we get to find out what happened.
Hey,
Oh, that's great.
It was behind the broken wall by the fountain.
Well, that's the first place.
Yes. I'm at that point where like I'm bouncing my leg hardcore because the body's like, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go.
Gotta go fast.
Sonic fast. Sonic.
Gotta go faster, faster.
Hi there.
Faster,
Oh, you know,
faster.
I did. Here's a little.
Question.
Answer.
If you bought the job skips, are you allowed to purchase a duplicate of the same job you already have? Because if you can, you get 500,000 gil from each one. Effectively, you could purchase at half price now, gil. Be
I don't
horribly
believe you would be able
efficient.
to know.
But how does the game know?
I don't know. It's probably account bound. Once it registers that you bought one, it probably locks it out. That's how I would do it anyways.
Person's like, I put all these things in my logo's actions bar and it costs a lot of money and I just need to know if it's going to disappear if I log out. I'm like, bro, okay, you can log out, you're safe. Yeah, this other dude, I think it was like the day before, today's Saturday, so it was Thursday evening, who was just like holding on to rabbits. He's like, you guys need to help us with fates if you want me to release this. I'm like, or we can all report your ass right now. Which I did. And then I got a response today that they had already had multiple reports of this person, and they wouldn't go into details, but they would take appropriate action. So glad right now because like 3 other people came back in here and they all got bronze chests just like me, so it's like, fuck y'all. As long as you're not making anything better than I am, I'm okay with it. I might order pizza. Did I have Brooklyn style pizza from Domino's earlier in the week? And like I like the thinness of it, but for some reason Domino's always burns the motherfucking shit out of the Boston style. It's like they can do like the thin crunchy crust without an issue, but then when it comes to Boston, it's like, have you ever seen what charcoal tastes like? I'm like, yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
Well, here you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It gives me some horrible flashbacks to when my mom used to try to grill. She's like, I cooked the hot dogs on the grill, and you get these fucking bricks of charcoal. And it's like, please don't. I will go to bed hungry tonight. And it's like, you don't like this? She's like, I love it when they taste charcoal. It's like, oh.
Yeah, the blackest flavor.
Yeah, dude. There were 2-3 different meals that my parents used to make all the time. My dad used to do fried cabbage, and he thought like that was it. Like that was it. Nothing else. He's like, I made fried cabbage. It's the best thing in the world. It's like,
disgusting.
No, dude. And it wasn't like fried cabbage in itself is not supposed to be like heavily oiled or greasy. And it always came out
There
like
really is no
would
task
pour
too
grease out of the fucking
immodest
cast
for
iron
you.
pan.
Hey, it's
And then my
harder
mom
than it
would do
sounds.
one of 2 different
They're really
things.
squirrely and they
She
run
would
away fast.
boil hot dogs in the fucking
So
microwave and be
smite
like, these
them
are
with
good.
magic.
Or
Aha!
she would do them on the
What is
grill
it?
and they would come out as fucking charcoal.
No, you're right.
That's generally what
If
I ate
use
growing up as a
magic, I don't
child,
have to
so
get close.
that's the reason I know how to
Might
cook
I
so
make
well, because
another
I learned to
suggestion?
fucking cook. I
What?
didn't want to starve to death.
Do not yell like a madman every time you come to a realization.
You can
Moral of the
save
story,
Yona,
teach your kids
Bryce.
how to cook. I'll be right back.
Maybe you can save the whole world.
Can I, though? I wonder.
I guess I won't use you for kindling after all.
You really should treat omnipotent magical beings with more respect.
Got quiet all of a sudden.
Hey, it's a wild boar.
Have you the skill to hunt one of those down?
I don't know. They look pretty strong. This is impossible.
Really? One penny. One penny. Why? Always insane. Like, you see items put up and they're like, everybody's considered like 60, 70k, and then somebody's like, yo, I want to flip this for 20. It's like, you cannot possibly be that broke. So, really?
What? The game fucking glitched. That's not fair. That's fucking bullshit.
Sheep hunting. There really is no task.
Well,
too
there was a
modest
10-minute
for you.
fight down the
Hey,
fucking
it's harder
drain.
than it sounds. They're really squirrely and they run away fast.
So smite them with
And
magic.
half an hour of exploration down the drain.
What is it? Shades?
No, you're right. If I use magic, I don't have to get close.
Might I make another suggestion?
What?
Do not yell like a madman every time you come to a realization.
You can save Yona, Vice. Heck, maybe you can save the whole world.
Thanks,
Then I
game.
know. I wonder.
You're welcome. I guess I won't use you for kindling after all.
You really should treat omnipotent magical
Because,
beings
you know, an
with more
impenetrable fucking wall is suddenly impenetrable randomly. After 10 straight minutes of it being fucking impossible for me to even shoot through it. Yep, and I lost both my royal ferns for the half an hour of exploration. That's fucking awesome. Notes to any developers that may one day watch this or not. Hard mode does not mean making something one-shot you. With every attack. That's not hard mode, that's stupidity. And of course, now those royal ferns aren't going to be there because of fucking RNG. Don't base a game's fucking gotcha system off RNG. It's already terrible enough that I have to go out and spend half an hour gathering shit. I don't need that shit I'm gathering to be fucking random.
Wow, the duty finder for roulettes is literally nothing but tanks. Wow. Okay, let's help some newbies with leveling. Ugh. I don't know why, but oh fucking shit, it's Mount Glug. Oh my god, no.
Mount Glug Glug, motherfucker.
Oh my god, of all the leveling ones I could get, I don't. Oh my god, I hate this one. I hate this one. Okay. I don't have any food that actually matches this. Okay, cool. Cool, it's a paladin. It's not gonna be terrible.
Alright, So, note to self, leave this bitch alone until I'm at least level 10.
It's a wild boar.
Have you the skill to hunt one of those down?
I don't know. They look pretty strong.
What level did they get Xenoglossy as Black Mage?
I think Xenoglossy is 80.
This is impossible.
I think we lost the Brian.
Me. Probably.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
You're white as fuck.
Such cheek.
Me?
Yes, you.
I mean,
because okay, so the thing about it is, believe it or not, I do have
please
Cherokee in
believe
me,
it or else.
but I don't get the same benefits of being outside and tanning. I turn into a fucking lobster sometimes.
Yeah, I can tell you are so albino.
Yeah. Oddly enough, like my arms and everything else, I've got like pretty good tans, but for the most part, I usually wear pants. My daughter, on the other hand, because she's still got like Cherokee in her to a certain degree, she goes outside and she gets a perfect tan, and it's like, damn, I'm so jelly of you, Shelby.
And look at that. That's the one thing your mother gave you that you'll actually be worth something.
Comes from my dad's side.
So she doesn't give anything aside from life.
Jessica doesn't provide anything at all.
The only thing she provided was helping give her life to her, and that was it.
Yep.
That's what I have to say about things.
Alright, I was on the phone with Hampton. Because it is weird not being with her today. I normally have
you
her
guys
every
normally
Saturday.
on the weekends with each other?
Yeah, I normally have her at least every Saturday. But she ended up going to Ren Fair today with a few of her friends, and then we're going to Ren Fair tomorrow.
That was a wasted cooldown. Great. Tank. See that the healer's getting beat on by... There you go. There you go. All you gotta do is one AoE and you're fine. feel like the enemies at this level are just like unnecessarily high HP because most people that get to this point don't have the gear equivalent to just do real good damage.
This is a weird place for a village.
How are we supposed to reach the chief's house?
Why did I have to be born?
Is anyone even here?
So, Billy Danger Sprout over here likes to stand in fucking AoEs as a black mage. He's like, I'm not moving. Cool, now you're dead.
Kaine must not be brought to the village!
Pardon.
don't trust your kind.
On the boss, the mass, we don't touch the mass spots, right? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Hello.
Man, I'm fucking full. Went with my grandpa to go check out some new wing place and had some habanero wings, and they were fucking disgusting. They were way too sweet. They were hot, but they were like this funky sweet. And I had a burger. I tried to get them to put an egg on it, and they were like, "Yo, we can only do hard boiled." And I'm like, "Oh, you can only not put an egg on my burger then." Where's the rest of everybody?
Fucking your mom, that's where.
Oh.
That was rude, I'm sorry, I take it back.
It hurt my feelings.
No, don't say that, I'm sorry.
You know, I thought we had something in the past few games we were playing.
Sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Trying to get back on hunt?
I'm looking for someone who knows about the sealed verses.
I finished
Just
eating,
like her.
just kind of
Like
chilling
Tiny.
here, sipping, kind of nursing
Well, this,
Dr. Pepper.
this must be.
That's what I'm exactly what I'm doing.
Ooh,
What?
I could go to the not the gas station. I can go to the liquor store and get some alcohol real quick.
I think I have some
God,
vodka
this
under the
tank is
cabinet.
going for
It would
every
appear
Voln
there
stack.
are
What
no
the
powerful
fuck?
shades
How would
here.
you feel about that, Andrew? We
Verses
kind
would
of
never be found in such a place.
drink and play hunt.
Yeah. Let's go talk to Popola and
Get
figure out a new
drunk
plan.
in the game where
If you get drunk in the game, you get drunk for real.
like
There's
pinpoint
no
precision.
reason to go on. Leave before you get hurt.
Yes.
Was it some like ambient awareness? Like all
Yes.
that is like major key to not eating shit early in the game. Let's do it.
I'm never
Alright,
coming
fuck.
in.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the gas or to the liquor store and get fucking alcohol.
Yeah, hey Brian, I got a request for you. Four
What's up?
Loco.
Jägermeister.
I've
Four
never
Loko.
tried Four Locos. I will
Just
I will
do
grab
it.
one.
They're
grab one.
They're not as bad as they
Don't
used to
get
be.
Watermelon. Watermelon is the only one that's remotely bearable.
It might be the only good tasting one when you throw it up.
Yeah.
I'll get a Four
Yeah,
Loko
it's
and
honestly, it's good. It's okay down, and it's like definitely better up.
Yeah, it's the better of your options going back up, which it more than likely will.
I'm gonna get
Rude.
Four Locos and then some Kraken and maybe some Corona Refrescas.
Get like a Jägermeister for me because I don't have any Jägermeister.
Alright, Paul, I'll do that.
Alright.
I will be back.
No, you won't. You're lying.
I'm gonna eat your kids.
Is that a cheeky way to say you'll
In
give me a
liquid
blowjob
form or
finally?
solid form?
Solid form.
Nice
The fuck is
flowers.
Hyrule Warriors? This fucking Dynasty Warriors, Legend of Zelda ass shit.
Been around for a hot minute.
Those are lunar
First time I'm
tears,
seeing this.
legendary flowers of
The
almost
high resolution
perfect
on the
beauty.
textures looks really
You're
nice,
kidding.
but
Those are the ones I
Bro,
told Yona
this
about.
tank had 9
Hands
Voln
off the
stacks. What the
flowers.
fuck?
that's pitiful.
Yeah, I'm doing
Vice,
Matt. Glug,
Why is
glug,
that lady
glug.
in her underwear?
I fear we have greater issues to deal with.
Oh, Mount Gold. That's the 79 dungeon, isn't it? Yeah.
Wait, is she a shade?
I used to imagine I actually do my beast tribes.
bitch. I knew this would happen.
This woman is certainly not to be trifled with. Don't let your guard waver.
You motherfucker, you did. Alright, fine.
I'm kind of thankful that our server,
get her?
Hyperion, is not as full as other servers.
Because they closed off people being able to create new characters recently.
There was somewhere I saw a picture someone posted of their character in queue. I think it was like pulled from Reddit. And they were like almost 1,000 in queue or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons Yoshi implemented the AFK for 3 minutes.
Yeah. I think the highest I've personally seen as of late was like 20 or 30 something in queue.
Heck!
Yeah, and even then it's like, oh shit, it's gonna be a while, and then it's like, you're logged in already. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like you think it's gonna be like 10, 15 minutes, but it's like 5 at most.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like 900 to 1,000, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be here for like an actual 30 minutes. What are you doing, dog? What are you doing, doggy? Hey, you doggy.
Don't use Rampart just as the last mob died, okay. Hey, Black Mage. You pay attention to fucking telegraphs, yo. Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on. Are you serious? What the heck is going on here?
Stay out of my
Number
way!
3 of all 3.
He's mine, you idiots!
It would appear
Gonna
we
jiggle
are not
those
the
rolls.
focus of her anger.
It's not.
We're on that last fight with the Forgiven
Hold
Obscenity.
back until we have a chance to approach.
Some of the female models that they have for enemies in this game are...
The only thing I remember from doing Innocent EX is that, like, that fight actually kind of sucked. Like, it wasn't that it was hard, it was just kind of like a pain. It's just like,
Like, stand here, move there, stand here, move there.
Yeah,
stand
it's
here,
like,
move
oh,
there.
you have the thing, you gotta, like, turn it to one of the giant burning small suns, so the whole party can go over there, and it's like, ugh, on top of, like, a tank swap
These
every
guys shades
60,
too?
70 seconds.
It's Black Mage.
Babies.
It's more stressful to deal
I
with
didn't
than
know
this tank
shades could
that's
get
taking
that
every
big.
fucking bone
The
stack that he
scale of
possibly
this
can
one
get
is
his
like
hands on.
nothing you've encountered before. Ready your guard.
Remember that telegraph, because it's not going to be shown again.
Die! Die, die, die! I'm gonna pull out your teeth and cram them up your ass!
That woman's mouth is as fierce as her sword work.
Let's just focus on defeating this thing.
AoE. Yeah, that's
Thanks?
I told you to stay out of the way! Get back here, you...
The symbols are disappearing.
Huh? Is she human?
This one has been possessed by a shade. She exists as neither fully human nor other.
I feel bad for treating her like one of those things. We have to help her. You're awake.
You.
I'm sorry we attacked you. We thought you were a shade.
Well, you're half right. Now get the hell out of here.
Oh, I really do not want to do these.
We made our apologies and came to your aid. The least you can do is grace us with your name.
It's okay, Vice. She's probably just exhausted.
My name's Kaine.
Ah, the name we heard back in the village.
Look, nothing good is gonna happen if you stick with me. So do like I said and go. Get lost already. Get lost al- Oh, and one more thing. That monster back there, it's mine. Stay the hell away from it.
A half-human and a giant shade.
She's kinda pretty, but she's really intense. I'm worried.
Oh, I gotta poop. Hold on.
Well, these, I actually think you'd like these. That's the thing. They don't taste like seltzer. The reason I say seltzer, but it's more like a juice. Imagine kind of like a Mike's, but not extra. I just like the carbonation. That's dang great. I don't like the dry dip. This one specifically, it has, you don't get the alcohol taste at all. It's really like orange juice, but it's really basically the game for you need listening, gaming, and just like every fucking piece of information. Very good. Space like up. Because it's the kind of game where you're walking through the forest. Because I heard you screech, and I'm like, what was you doing? Ditto jumper. Hey, do you want some? Put some Melita back. Oh yeah, those are handy.
Why do you have eggs in there?
There was wasn't the day that you took the cart. That day I went to, that's when I got the cat.
Okay, that's 2 royal ferns. I just need 1 more. Should know better than to turn away from my fucking sheep.
There must be a sealed verse inside that enormous shade. I'm certain of it.
Maybe. But there's no way we can take that thing on now. I need to get stronger.
And
Andrew, you motherfucker! I'm back and I have alcohol.
He's pooping. And yeah, we've heard everything about seltzers.
Yeah, I got Corona refreshments, that's why.
Did you find a Four Loko?
They only had like a fruit punch and a lemonade one, and I'm not about that.
What about
I
fruit
hear
punch
the echo
lemonade?
chamber.
They had a fruit punch and a lemonade one, and I'm not about like artificial fucking fruit.
Of those
punch.
two, the lemonade would have been the safer. Now, lemonade does not taste as good coming up. Fruit punch is okay, but my experience of drinking those over the years is the watermelon's like the safer of up or down and up.
See, and I don't plan on throwing up. There's only one time I've ever been close to throwing up, and that's after downing half a bottle of Everclear.
See, the thing is, like, I pounded 3 Four Locos back to back. Just boom, 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 and I was just like, boom.
He was making foghorn noises in the bathroom.
Pizza showed up right in the middle of a dungeon and the tank going ahead and he's like, I'm gonna die! I'm like, oh my god, just give me a second, please.
I'm gonna call me Refrescas though, because I actually really like them. I normally don't like seltzers, but it's more of like a seltzer, like a juice seltzer. And normally that liquor store doesn't sell them. This time they did. So I got a variety pack. My sister also commented on the eggs in my mini fridge.
Hard boiled?
No, just regular.
Just, I mean, they're refrigerated, so yeah. I mean,
the main reason they're in there, I ended up going when I went to go get my second shot. I know we had like other stuff to make food with at home, but I knew we didn't have eggs, so I ended up grabbing the eggs. But then I forgot them in the car.
oh.
Until just before I went to sleep.
It's okay. So the thing about it is, like, eggs aren't gonna go rotten.
No,
At worst, they'll try to kind of like half cook, maybe.
The eggs were fine. Like nothing happened to the eggs because they were there for maybe half a day, and it wasn't that bad of a day. So like my car didn't get
Gonna
hot.
be fine. They literally get like, dude. I've
Yeah, no.
helped raise chickens. It's fine. You'll pick those things up and they'll be fucking come right out of the chicken. You're like, dude, this thing is literally gonna be boiled inside. No, it's still liquid. Whatever.
And like I will.
Like,
I ended up going to bed that night.
Like,
Huh?
is the point of refrigerating eggs just to make them last longer?
Correct. It prevents them from spoiling.
Got it.
I mean, they are organic, so it's going to eventually turn bad. Trust me. When an egg goes bad, you
I know. Sulfur smells better.
Anyway, you're safe, right?
But yeah, I left them in the car until I ended up going to sleep, and halfway
You hunted
like, to my
up,
night
and
of
it
sleep,
looks like you
I literally just shoot up from like the middle of my slumber and just tell myself, the eggs. I gotta get the eggs. Fuck. Because that's when they were going. So I had to run to my car, grab the eggs, threw them in the mini fridge, and then just went back to bed. But yeah. Like, I have been using the eggs. There's maybe, like, a couple left in there, but that's about it.
I've been craving, since we're talking about
I brought
eggs,
this-
ramen.
perfect.
Like not like shitty ramen, like actual ramen for a while. A bowl of ramen.
Okay.
There's a place near here that actually serves really decent ramen. And, like, decent, I mean, it's proper ramen, but it's pretty good.
You're
They
lucky.
make it
the
every
closest
morning.
one to me is probably about 30 minutes northwest of me, up in towards the college campus.
Oh.
It's not bad. It's just like the thing about it is, it's like a small storefront, so there's like I think maybe 8 parking spots for it. So there's like you're always competing with college kids at campus and whatever hours the classes are. So it can be difficult sometimes, but overall, it's you get like their bowl is enough to serve 2 people.
The main reason I'm willing to drink tonight is I don't have to drive tomorrow either.
Dude,
So
I
can drink
cannot
tomorrow,
wait to
too.
hear from you when you get your house and your mom is like, "Will you come and pick us up?" And you're like, "Sorry, nope." Like, there's this really cool thing called Lyft and Uber. Get with it.
Thanks for your.
Have they ever thrown up inside your car?
No, God no.
I would
told them
literally
that
be
if
like,
they
cool,
do,
here's the detailing bill.
yep, I've told them if they do, that's it. They are never getting anything from me again like that. Well, you're paying to get it cleaned, and I'm done. And ever since I told them that, they've never even had the like
Kind of been able to
thought
keep
about it.
themselves like never to the point where it's just like, oh, okay, here it's gonna happen. They're just like literally sloshed, but never like, oh, it's sloshed.
Because they know I'm not going to touch their puke. Like Jeff has
no.
puked into the toilet before and left it there, and all I did was just go up to my mom and told him, "You guys have to clean your shit. You guys have to clean your puke." And then I just walked away. And she looked at me, looked at Jeff, and then that was it. And within like the next 5 minutes, Jeff walked over and took care of it.
Yeah, it came from your fucking body. Take care of it, homie.
Yep, like I'm
The
not
only
going
one
to
that I've
deal
ever
with
had to do that, and the only one I will do is Shelby. And she did that from her bunk bed, and it literally she puked over the edge, and it went
See, that's different though.
everywhere.
Sprinkler system, activate.
Oh, bro, dude, like all the way. And I was like, why didn't you use the bucket? She's like, I didn't have the bucket up there. I was like, oh, fucking god. So yeah, she leaves the bucket up there, like up to the corner of the bed, because it's got the railing and all that stuff. But dude, linoleum and it just went walls, TV, table, a console system,
I'll go get some
chairs, bean bags, pillows, everywhere. Oh my god, I'm so. And I was like, I don't even remember feeding you any kind of bread. Like, how did this even happen? She's like, I don't know where it's from. I was like, okay, well, just go lay down on the couch. She'll be fine. It took me like 30
Mike.
minutes to clean that.
Watch the stream just so you can get an idea of the weapons.
Well, I've seen gameplay of this before.
I know, but it's nice to know the variety that's really there.
Huh?
I'm in there.
Yeah.
So, like, you have your basic Springfield. I'm in Hunt, by the way, Andrew.
Bet.
Basic Springfield. And it can go down to, as I mentioned,
a pistol.
The baby shorty even has a fucking scope on it still.
Luger in there or no?
What?
Is there a Luger in there by chance?
Yes.
Yes. There's a Luger, and then there's like a prototype Luger that's really weird.
There's a Mauser as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I just want the Nitro Express.
We fucking huff some nitro. Let's go!
Wow,
Oh,
this
wow.
moonshine is fucking awful.
I love the way that Lugers look when they shoot.
Yeah, the fact that
like that
the
weird cylinder bolt thing, like cycling in the top.
Yeah.
And then where the fuck is the Mauser? There it is.
Oh, that is size hit for 98k. It. Mausers are cool too. They're not as cool. I don't like the way that the handle looks like it's straight up and down. I've always felt like it should have a little bit more of an angle, but you know.
The reason that is
Just
literally
how-
because of the stock. The reason it's like that, the design was built around the fact that it's supposed to be able to fit
a
within its
shoulder
own stock.
Uh-huh.
Like that's
You can. Weren't those designed to also have longer barrels?
they could be, yes. In this game,
Yes.
you there are variants of guns. You can get a variant of this that has a longer barrel and a scope on it.
And then what's the
'Cause
caliber
these-
that those shoot?
They shoot the same as I believe the Mosin. I believe they shoot the same.
They're like some weird discount 9mm. It's like slightly bigger than a 9mm, I think. Because in World War I and II, Germany used like their own in-house ammunition. I will say though, like German firearms from like World War I and World War II are like like engineering marvel, honestly.
They were shooting 7.63s by 25.
If they're like, if you take anything good
30
away
cal.
from the Germans during that era, they produced
They
some
can
of the
make some guns.
wildest durability, like durable weapons ever. Like, and it's gonna sound like kind of weird, but it's like they didn't have the the whole Auschwitz and all that fucking let's take over Europe bit going to them, and they only had the tech and the occult to it. I think our world would be a nicer place right now.
So this is the gun Andrew wants.
Is that a double barrel?
It's a double barreled.
It's a something.
But it's for
How long is
Nitro
that?
Express.
Yeah, we don't know if it's 500 nitro or 700 nitro. I'm assuming 500.
Can both the barrels be shot at the same time, or are they independent?
Normally they're independent, but I don't know with this game.
It looks like they're independent because you do have your separate triggers.
Hammers, yeah. Oh,
Show
they
'em the
have.
bomb
Oh, yeah, no,
lance.
no. It literally has 2 triggers. I can see that now.
Yep.
Show them the bomb lance.
There is, yeah, there is some weird stuff.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just.
I know what you mean.
Brian, do me a favor, and on your stream, you should be able to adjust it to be for better quality.
Stream quality 60, so I'm gonna drop it on.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna end the stream there for the day. Couple reasons. I have some shit I need to get done. But you motherfuckers have been wonderful. I will catch you beautiful bastards. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna be busy. Tomorrow's the new day for D&D, so that kind of coincides with stream time now because of my way my new job works. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on either an early stream tomorrow or Monday. So I will catch you then. Later, lovelies.